Yo, we back with Terra Nullius side stories. You guys are trapped in the winter court with no boat, and it's cold. So what do you do?
Barrel roll.
You've made it to the mainland, right? So just think like never-ending icebergs and tundra landscape, not a whole lot of vegetation, wind everywhere, buffeting you with snow. It's not fun. It's pretty mountainous though, so there might be some shelter or a cave or something that you could find, but
right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm wondering if I could make like a survival check to like see if we can find like a cave or something so we can like short rest.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Maybe.
Seems like a plan.
Okay. Do you have a survival stuff as a skill?
No, I was playing more so the chicken farmer part of this.
You're a ranger that doesn't have survival.
I have animal handling, intimidation, medicine, and nature. I'm also a druid, remember.
How is Shaela the one making this roll right now?
Do you have what's your plus?
+6.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
We have the same score. It's just that I don't have proficiency.
So could Bootsy do it and then have Shaela help? Because she has proficiency. Is that how that works?
Wait. So what did you have a plus in, Shaela? What's your bonus
survival.
To this? What's your bonus to this?
Wait, how do I have a +6 to this?
You have it trained. That's why.
Yeah, I have it trained.
So yeah, I mean Bootsy has a 3 in it, so he could make the roll. It depends on whether or not you think a +3 or advantage is gonna help more.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm not a statistics guy, so I don't know.
I have no idea.
My thought is, okay, so essentially, wait. It might. Are we essentially trying to find shelter to rest for the night?
Yes. Or at least rest for an hour. Get out of the wind, basically, right?
At least for a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say this. Wait. I think it is me. Because I have Natural Explorer. And I think that'll give me help in it.
Oh, it does give you advantage if it's in your natural habitat. Or natural.
Oh, so you automatically get advantage.
Wait, but it says your proficiency bonus is doubled if you are using a skill you're proficient in.
But you're not proficient in it.
That's rough, but
yeah, so that's so.
Oh, so it doesn't give you.
We just can't be lost.
Yeah,
I'm looking to see. Can't get lost.
Yeah, it's not going to help us for this roll, but it'll help us in general.
I didn't realize it only helped if proficiency.
I mean, yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna be kind. Shaela.
Wait.
No. I was just gonna say, Shaela, you can roll because you have a proficiency, but I think Bootsy can give you advantage because he has his favorite train.
Because it's his favorite train.
I think.
Well, I was gonna say, I also if nature check I also have, it would help with nature as well. I have nature checks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. This is a survival check specifically, but
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Shaela can roll it with advantage, I think, in this given situation.
15.
Well, it's a good thing you did.
Wait.
Crit fail.
Aren't you a... Wait, no, it doesn't matter. Because are you a halfling? Well, it wouldn't matter if you have advantage. You can't re-roll it again then.
Yeah, I rolled a 1, but I have advantage, so it doesn't matter.
That is actually a good question. Like, can you re-roll a 1 even on an advantage roll?
I don't think so.
Well, if it's a 1,
because it isn't a 1,
it's
not
a
15.
1. She got a 15.
That's true. Right? Okay, yeah. Okay. So it applies after, not before. Okay.
Not after. Yeah, yeah. It's what your actual roll is, not what it could be. So
right.
So I think the situation we find ourselves in is you find shelter, right? You find a cave that works, and it's probably Bootsy who points. Like, you find the cave, Shaela, but I think it's Bootsy who points out, okay, this will be good for a short rest, but not anything longer, because this is something's lair, and you, I think, make a nature check for me, Bootsy.
And this I can double my proficiency bonus on.
And have advantage, yeah. Or not advantage, but yeah, whatever it says there.
I think it'll be just this +3, because I don't know a way to double my proficiency with this specifically. So 20.
20.
So 20. Yeah, and this is the cave of a Yeti.
Great.
So you can tell by the way, like by its like tracks and stuff, and the fact that it doesn't have a frozen carcass inside the cave right now, that it probably won't be back for a while. So you're like, okay, we could take a short rest here. That would be fine, but we have to move on after that.
Okay, so we can take a short rest in here without taking cold damage.
Yep.
So, I mean, really the only person that benefits is Bootsy because he's the one who is down hit points.
Yeah.
So, but that solves our hit
gonna-
point problem.
Yeah.
Oh, but Bard, how many more? Is it 1D?
Song of Rest or whatever it
Song
is.
of Rest? Just gonna roll my 3D. Wait.
1d6.
Oh, 1D6. Okay.
I play my flute. It is so soothing.
So 3D10 plus 6 plus 1D6. Because I'm using as much as I freaking can right now.
There you go.
I rolled 2 ones. Are you freaking kidding me?
Oof, that's rough.
It's okay. I just have 20 hit points.
You want my healing potion?
I might need it, honestly.
Why don't you just spend more dice?
Because if we take a long rest, I'm not getting more back. I guess. How does that?
So
Yeah,
you
but, like-
recover up to half of your hit dice at the end of a long rest. So yes, you will be down. But I mean, honestly, we don't use.
But like you need to do it, like you need the health right
Yeah.
now, so just do it right now. You might not need it tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's true.
You probably don't want to die. But maybe you do.
Let's see.
It's another 3d10.
1d8 plus 2. I'll just roll one at a time, so I don't necessarily. Well,
Yeah. That's fine.
We'll just see what I get. Plus 5 is 25. I'm just gonna use.
You can actually click the hit die button on your character sheet.
Oh,
Well, it's
right.
different. Is it different though because
No,
you're
these ones are the
multi-classed?
D8s. These ones are the D8s, so I can do that. Ooh, nice.
Nice.
And you know what? Might as well go for broke. Okay. I'm mostly recovered, but I've used all my hit dice.
Cool. All right, so you're short rest in. I mean, the captain looks at you, Shaela, and is like, well, what now?
Great question.
Yeah.
Everybody turns
so-
to Shaela dramatically.
Shaela, what do we do? And I'm like,
You're the guy.
I don't know. I'm just a C+ student. I don't do any better than that.
You're the gal who knows about Fae things.
Yep, I sure do. Okay, so our goal here, if I'm understanding this whole situation
Mhm.
correctly, we're here in the Winter Court
Yes.
because there's some information supposedly here about
Yes,
why the
and-
Fae are dying.
And I'll give you a little bit more specifics now. Like it's specifically tied to like Mab's court itself, right? Like her kingdom, her city or whatever it is, right? Like you think that either she or someone in her court is involved in either knows something about what's happening or maybe is partially responsible somehow. Like they knew. It's like you found out through someone. Like they knew about it beforehand and didn't do anything. Right? They didn't tell anyone that it was going to happen, but they knew, or at least someone here knew. So you intercepted some information that kind of leads you to believe that.
Okay. So then we're here to figure out who that person is and see if they can stop it.
Pretty much, yeah.
If we can kill them to stop it or get them to do that on their
Yep,
own or
mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do I know the general direction of where the castle is from here?
You can make a survival check.
Okay.
No, you know what? Yes, you do. You have to, because this is Bootsy's favorite terrain. You guys weren't lost at any point during this journey, even on the ship. So you do know the direction.
Okay. Do I know about how long it's going to take to get there?
So I would imagine there's probably a port in whatever city or whatever it is that she has. So that's where you guys were headed originally, but you obviously crashed before that. So it's a bit of a distance still away. I'd say 2 days travel, which is going to be rough. But it's on. I mean, dying out here in the wilderness is your only other option, right?
So I guess that's my question. If it's a 2-day journey, are there like cities on the way there where like
No. There
then
is
like
only
how are we gonna survive in this cold for 2 days?
you're gonna have to find more shelter along the way, right? It's gonna be like
Oof.
rough.
Okay. Yikes. That's not good.
Hmm. And I don't know if anyone has any like spells or anything like that that could help with that sort of situation, but
Probably not until the morning, unless we want to fudge some more things. Let's see.
I mean, I have fireball.
isn't
I've produced flame.
yeah, that is a
Let's see.
cantrip, so
Animal friendship, charm person, great destroy water, cure wounds, detect magic, detect poison disease, entangle fog cloud. Good berry might help tomorrow.
I was gonna say, you know what probably is your best bet in this situation is for Bootsy to do some druid stuff and find some friendly animals that might help you, right? That like either maybe like a team of wolves that could be sled dogs or you know, something like that, right? That could help you get there faster, maybe.
Bark skin, dark vision, and his ability.
If there's any small beasts around, I can talk to them.
There probably are like Arctic weasels and stuff.
Oh, you know what I can do? I have locate animals or plants, and I can cast it as a ritual.
Okay. If you want to post locate animals and plants, yeah, do you want to post that in the chat just so I can read it?
Yeah.
Oh, describe or name a specific kind of beast or plant. Within 5 miles. Okay, yeah, sure. What are you gonna go for, Bootsy?
I'm gonna go for wolf.
Wolf, yeah.
And I think I might actually try and like talk to it normally. And if maybe would I know if wild shaping into a dire wolf would help? Can I even talk to the wolves when I'm in dire wolf form? I don't think
probably.
That's a thing. Maybe.
Yeah, well, you can't talk normal people speech, so yeah, I assume so.
That's fair.
Yeah, sure. So you learn of a pack of wolves nearby within 5 miles that you could head out and try to find out more about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll kind of go. How far away are they?
Probably within 2 miles of where you are.
How long will that take to get to?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
We're walking. It's about 30-40 minutes.
Okay, then I won't go wild shape. So I think what I'll plan on doing is I will try to animal handling them first. And if that doesn't work, turn into a dire wolf because you know, like kind of show alpha dog sort of thing.
So this is the situation though. It is very cold outside. It's a bit of a winter. I mean, it's kind of always a winter storm out here, in the winter court. What are you gonna do with? What are Rosemi, Shaela, and the other sailors gonna do while you're doing this? Like, you could stay in the cave, and Bootsy, you think that it's probably still gonna be okay for a couple more hours, but you can't guarantee anything.
So are they not going to necessarily be coming with?
I mean, if they do, they're not equipped to handle the weather like you are, right? So they're going to have to they'll probably take levels of exhaustion. That's probably what will happen.
Right, so it'd probably be better for you to go out by yourself and then bring the wolves back
to the
to
party.
us.
Yay! Split the party.
Yeah, which is true. It's just that there is a chance, and I'll probably roll something to decide this. There's a chance that that whatever Yeti lives in this cave will come back while you're gone.
They're better to handle the Yeti than I
am. Okay,
sure. Maybe I don't know. I think that's my best option. Oh man, I wish I'd prepared animal friendship. That'd have really done it, but I might not need it, so we'll see. Okay, I will.
How about you do this then, Bootsy? Let's make this the roll. Make an athletics check, and that will be kind of determine some of like how fast you can do this.
I'm only at 2 in athletics.
So right, if you like catastrophically fail at this, then the Yeti shows up, right?
Oh, 17.
Yeah, 17's fine. Yeah. So we see Bootsy make his way out into the cold, bundled up, one hand with a produced flame to keep him warm, sort of a thing, right? And then his chickens trailing along in the snow after him, making tiny ghostly footprints, and then they disappear after a minute, you know.
Can I convince some tiny little Arctic, like the Arctic weasels or something, to curl around my neck?
To keep
you warm. Me nice and warm.
Sure.
And curl around my friends' necks.
Yep. You find a little family of weasels that will curl around your necks like little furs. And that's not it's not that big of a deal. So Bootsy, you make your way out into the snow. You find this pack of wolves, and you go ahead and make a animal handling check to see how well you convince them to come with you.
I'm trying to think of what I might do to help myself.
So I want to know how Woodsy became like an expert at the Arctic and then ultimately decided chickens.
Well, that's a thing.
I want to know what that transition was like.
First off, real quick, when I can tell I'm getting close, I'm going to ritually cast Speak with Animals.
Sure.
So I'll have it ready by the time I get there.
Yep.
So I kind of had this idea. I didn't think of it as too much. Honestly, I just wanted to play the chicken farmer. I really didn't think too much past that.
I want to know. I want to hear how you're going to BS this backstory and get inspiration.
I have some ideas already. I had been thinking about it. I'm not sure. I haven't been checking the chat. Has anyone been in the chat? I don't see anything.
Clonk posted one thing a while ago and said, failed rolls always having consequences. That's world, not and dragons.
So I think what happened was for the first while of it, Bootsy was just a druid.
Yeah.
And so he was going around as a Circle of the Moon druid for most of his life. And then he got confronted by whatever we decided his name was, the chicken of the god of chickens. God of chickens. And
Electron.
Yeah, and it kind of essentially saw him and his like druid abilities and say like essentially said he was looking for a babysitter for someone for his baby chicks. He's like essentially a babysitter for his children. And so then he like I had more thought to this, but I didn't honestly I just wanted to play the chicken farmer. But yeah, he was just a druid, and he.
So I mean, really, it's like your choice of terrain, and all that stuff, just comes from being a druid and a ranger and like doing whatever you do and in the wilderness stuff. But like the whole chicken farmer thing was like a god came to you and said, "Can you babysit my chickens?"
Yes, that is essentially what happened.
So that kind of intercepted his plans a little bit.
Yeah, he was supposed to be like some maybe that was it. He was supposed to be some Arctic explorer, and then a god came and was like, "Hey, you need to do this for me." He's like, "I don't want to do this." He's like, "No, you're doing this." He just gives him all these chickens. Yeah. And then Bootsy fell in love with him, and he knows them all by name.
Very nice.
I have like a list of 50 names, and I've only gone through 4.
So what I love about this, because we've learned recently in Terra Nullius, right, from the demon lord Kemazotz, the bat god, that a lot of the old gods died fighting the devourers, right? I'd love to think that like Electron is one of the only gods that survived. Just like because the timeline doesn't make sense for him to like be saying like babysit my chickens while I go fight this war, but like just like the fact that this minor god of chickens is one of the gods that's still alive from like the old days is just really funny to me.
I have a funnier idea.
Yeah.
The old god of chickens died.
Okay.
The new one came up, and this is what actually happened. Like this is what I like. The new person came and just got a chick. She's like, I don't want these. I'll put them off on this guy. Tell him to babysit them because they can't get hurt. There's no mechanics for these swarming animals to get hurt. So it's quite literally. I like the idea. Like Brucey think he's on this grand quest of like protecting this god's chicks. He's like, I just sick of him, man.
I love that. Yeah, like some random person got ascended to godhood with chickens to become the god of chickens. Did not want the position whatsoever, and then just kind of like threw these weird spectral chickens at Bootsy to get rid of them. Cool. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, so would that be enough for animal handling?
Oh yeah, inspiration. Go ahead.
Okay. 19.
Didn't need it.
Okay.
Yeah, 19. I think it's probably fine. I think we just see a montage of Bootsy getting these wolves on his side. You rig up a sled. Someone Shaela make a survival check to rig up a sled here.
Yeah, like while I'm gone, you guys are making sleds out
Yeah.
of pieces
Driftwood
of
or
the
whatever.
boat, probably.
Yeah, probably pieces of the boat. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, why don't they just be in the boat?
What?
Would that be?
Oh, the
would that be
rowboat. Oh
problematic?
yeah, you
Yeah,
could
could
do
we
that.
just use
Just
the
drag the
rowboat
boat.
instead of
The issue is though you'll still have to rig something together, and an 8 is not going to cut it. So right now you don't have a sled, right? You don't have a way for them to take you anywhere.
Would I be able to
Yep.
ritually cast Unseen Servant to try and have my Unseen Servant?
The unseen servant isn't going to really help because has more to do with skill than manual labor, right?
Oh, it could.
because
So-
we've got the
We
materials.
could tell the servant that the boat was once a sled and it just needs mending.
You know what? I feel like one of these sailors, probably the captain, also has survival. So go ahead and just take advantage on that, Shaela. I think that makes sense.
Okay.
We're
Right.
just trying to find a way to make the story progress.
No. I just think it doesn't, like, I just remember the sailors existed, and I was like, it doesn't really make sense that, like, just Shaela would be out there in
This
the cold,
little
like, trying to...
halfling,
Exactly.
And sailors aren't exactly, not familiar with rope.
Yeah, exactly. So they could probably rig something together. Cool. Yeah, so we see you guys. You've rigged up a little sled, and you're going across the ice. And
wolves.
yeah, so Bootsy, you're always alerted to danger because this is your favorite terrain. But that doesn't mean you necessarily like what's it called? Ignore danger, right? You can't just escape it automatically. So I think there's gonna have to be a roll here. We can mostly like skip through a lot of this. But I want someone to make a roll here, probably a survival check, to try to avoid any other encounters on the way. But if Shaela wants to make it with advantage,
Wouldn't that be the wolves' jobs because they can like sniff things and whatnot, and like they're hearing things?
I mean, you can avoid some danger like that, but this is going to be like, can you avoid all danger? Because there's going to be stuff. There's a lot of dangerous stuff out here in the Winter Court, and not all of it's going to be able to be avoided by wolves. But Shaela, you can make it with advantage because of Bootsy and the wolves.
Okay.
There you go.
20.
I think you guys are fine. Yeah, we see a montage of you guys sledding through the winter, through the tundra, and eventually you come within sight of Queen Mab's Winter City, whatever it's called. And yeah, I mean, it's this very imposing ice fortress, right? It's like a city made entirely out of ice. And how are you gonna approach this? Are you trying to do any sort of stealth here? Or are you going to literally just kind of go up to the gate and like announce yourselves? Like, what's the plan?
Yeah, but I've just decided I'm gonna let this go and just leave.
And that is certainly an
Let
option.
it go.
Oh my gosh. Shaela dies. Shaela instantly dies.
Okay. Could I make like some kind of like history check or something to see if I remember like one of like Mab's like servants or something like that? And if I could like impersonate one.
Impersonate one of them? Sure. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Okay, I have a +0 in history, but dang it.
Wait, never mind.
Oof, yeah, that 11 is not going to cut it. Yeah, you don't know. I mean, the issue is like, I think the Winter Court people are known for being very tall. So like, it's going to be impossible for Shaela to impersonate one of them, even with like disguise self, which she doesn't even have access to anymore, right? Like,
I don't even have that anymore.
Exactly.
I have a disguise kit.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, it's going to be impossible to do that.
I have a phone call coming from a number I don't recognize. I'm going to hang up on them.
Sounds good.
I have Pass Without Trace if that would help us sneak.
Yeah, no, it would. It just depends on what you want to do.
That. I'm assuming with my like 20 survival roll that I just had, could I like find like, because I don't think I want to bring the sailors with us. I don't
literally
want to drag
just
them into
thinking
that.
So yes,
I don't want to drag them into this.
I think
they've already lost like over half their crew. I'm like, just stay behind.
So I think you guys managed to, with that 20, you managed to find another cave for them to hole up in, and the wolves are going to be there too to like keep an eye on
protect them.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe we should just have like the three of us like Try to
They're
sneak
calling
off.
back. Let me just see if this is a thing.
Okay.
You're gonna sneak in.
Maybe if we like pass without trace, we can try to like sneak in the three of us and see if we can like gather some kind of intel or something.
Yeah, sounds good. So
I wonder if they're asking about Seth's car warranty.
Extended car warranty. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bootsy said he was gonna pass without trace.
Pass without trace. Yeah, I think so.
So everybody go ahead and make a stealth rolls.
So wait, how many has it actually been? A couple days now.
It has been a couple days. Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
so
we've been traveling for a couple of days now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so everything's restored.
Everything's restored. You're good.
Okay, got it. Just want to make sure that
Yeah,
that's
good to
actually
keep that
the
in
case.
mind. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Mhm.
Cool.
So just rolling stealth.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess
Everybody
so.
roll
And,
stealth with a
and
plus 10.
Wait. Oh wait, sorry. I haven't. Let me just mark the pass without trace. Sorry, I gotta. Yeah. Stealth.
23.
Oh no.
Oof! Crit fail stealth.
Oh no.
And you still rolled higher than me.
I still rolled.
I suck. Jeez.
We
Shayla
suck.
has a plus
the
10.
bard. How did the bard get higher than the
Wait.
rogue and the ranger?
What's your class again, Alyssa?
I'm a rogue.
No, sorry. What's your race?
Halfling.
Oh, I'm a half. Oh wait, I can read.
You're
re-roll
halfling.
it.
You're right.
That's why I was wondering.
Yep.
Okay, no,
There
I'm
you go.
good.
There
So
you go.
15.
I still
Still
rolled
suck.
lower.
It's still a
than the
15.
bard.
Yeah, let me go ahead and find whoever would be making this like perception check and roll for them.
funny. Okay.
That is pretty funny. All right, here we go.
Okay, well, I'm glad it's not a crit fail though.
All right. Yeah, you have managed to sneak past the passive perception of the people who watch this place. So
Wow.
you're inside. You're inside the ice fortress. You find a secret door that you can go through, a little ice cave. You can make your way inside, and you now are inside Queen Mab's Winter City. What do you do?
Great question. And then I kind of like look at the other two. So okay, so what should we do now?
And Boogie's like, oh, wasn't this your plan?
Oh, right. Totally.
Right.
I know what I'm doing for sure. Definitely.
Shayla just starts cry laughing to herself.
Yeah, that's why she's not as stealthy as I am, because she is cry laughing to herself.
Yeah.
I totally know what I'm doing here. Shayla really does not want to be here. I'm not gonna lie. She's, I mean, you know, like, she doesn't like, you know, these things. Okay, would my city streets background thing come into any kind of play here? Because I've been here before.
Yeah, sure.
So you know secret patterns and flow of cities and can
Mhm.
find passages through urban sprawls that others would miss. When you're not in combat, you and your companions can travel between any two locations in the city twice as fast.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like Shayla's knowledge of the Winter Court and that feature, like, you can get anywhere you need to go in the city, and then with the stealth you already had, and no one's going to find you, no one's going to stop you. It just depends on where you want to go.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you can make a roll
That's
to, like, to
great
figure out where to go.
question.
Right.
I mean, so we're trying to find information on who is starting this. I'd be curious, like, what's actually happening, like, with Mab herself.
Yeah,
like,
do you want to do some
you know, like,
information
is
gathering?
she dying too?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's
I wonder if, like,
good
maybe we
question.
could just, like, listen to, like, some of the servants, like, chatters or something like
that sounds
that.
good to me.
Or I don't know. Yeah.
Let's see. What would the roll be there? I guess just investigation.
Roll gossip wise.
Roll what?
Right, exactly. Thank
Roll
you.
gossip-wise.
Yeah, I mean, investigation probably is the skill you're rolling here.
Can I assist?
Well, I mean, yeah,
What do you-
I guess let's.
Yeah, I have it. I have a +3 in it.
I have it, and also a +3.
Okay, so whoever wants to
I
make a
just
roll
have
with
a one.
advantage.
Okay, I guess it would probably be me, right?
Probably.
I should probably roll it because I can also do a lucky. So
It's true. Also true.
okay, 20.
Okay, 20. Yeah. So I think you get the inclination from the peeps, listening to all the like Winter Eladrin talk about
Wait, which
various
peeps?
things.
With the people or the beep beep beep?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yes, one of the chickens touches your forehead and gives you enlightenment. So, no, I think you figure out. Let's see. I'm just trying to think if they would be talking about this. So, Shaela, with the 20 investigation, this is what you learn. No one is talking about the undead stuff. But, also with the 20 investigation, you learn pretty much everyone in this city is actually undead. Like, they have all actually already undergone a complete transformation to become weird, sentient, undead fae things. But it hasn't, like, it hasn't distorted them in the way that, like, it broke the minds of the other ones. Yeah.
Right. They're all very cognizant.
Yeah, it's basically, like, all of them turned into vampires. But they're all perfectly, like, great. And maybe not vampires, maybe liches is more like it.
Oh, right.
But one way or another, they're
not crazy like the people in the spring.
They're not crazy. They're sentient undead that have now gained a bunch of, immunities and things that only undead get, right? But they're all
interesting,
cognizant. But no one's talking about it, right? It's just normal to everyone here.
So basically, I'm like assuming at this point that whatever this is, right? The transformation went well for them.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Okay. Now I got to figure out how that happened. Like, who's like orchestrating that?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Mab is like the one who's actually like behind this, and she's like trying to turn all the courts into like a winter court.
That's a very likely scenario to Shaela, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know how I feel about going and killing an archfey. That is quite a task.
Yep.
Do I hear anything about like where Mab is right now with that investigation check? Like, do they talk about her at all?
Sure. I don't think she would be anywhere else. Like, it sounds like she's just reigning over her court like she usually does. Nothing really new.
Okay. All right.
Everything is eerily normal here, right? Like, It's like you were here before in the winter court, and honestly, there was more intrigue happening in the city the last time you were here than there is now, right? Everyone's just like, yep, we're chill. Everything's good. No problems here.
It's like everything's fine and we've come to ruin it.
I mean, yeah, that's what it kind of seems like to you.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Basically, what I know about Mab is that she's like, she and Titania are sisters. They hate each other. For what I just know about like Mab, like from like my own research about like the stuff when I was doing Titania things, Mab is pretty ice cold from what I understand, right? Like, I mean, not to like be too punny there.
Yeah, very much so though. Yeah.
She is not like a very compassionate person.
Nope.
I mean, neither is Titania, really, but okay.
And she is the twin sister of Titania, so yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they're twins, technically. Okay. I'm just trying to think what Shaela would honestly do. Do we hear any chatter at all about what's going on in the other courts at all?
A chatter about what's going on in the other courts?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I think also a no. Like, right? I think they have just, I mean, you heard this one before, right? They have been isolating themselves from the rest of the Fae courts, and it literally seems like they don't care about any of the other Fae stuff anymore, right? They're like completely content to just like isolate themselves forever in the Winter Court and never do anything ever again. That's what it seems like to you.
So then maybe it's not Mab then, because if they don't care, then maybe it's not Mab trying to like take over the rest of it. Do I know if Mab like what like is like a power hungry Fae? Because I knew Uberon was, and even Titania a little bit, but I don't know about Mab.
What was your question again?
If Mab is like Oberon and Titania, where they're kind of like power hungry and they're like in like this kind of
so
like this struggle
normally
against each other.
yes, right? From what you know of, and let me find the. Yeah, here's the article I was looking at just today. Let me just read off a little bit from what it said here that I thought was interesting. So, let's see. Mab is often associated with emotionlessness, cruelty, harshness, and a cold demeanor. Mab is mentioned as being a creature of great hatred, and her voice is a reminder of the storm of hate within her. Mab can be compassionate, but it's a display that often could be attributed to weakness, so it will not openly convey such emotions. She is obviously still a complex person, like she has her own motivations and stuff, but it mainly, like for her, it's just like she's intimidating, fierce, overbearing, ruthless. And so she has her own stuff going on, but I mean, it's not completely out of character, for you to think that, like, she could have done this simply because she wanted power, not caring about the rest of the courts and what it did to them, but also not really caring to, like, take advantage of it, right? Like, she mainly cares about being in power here. So she will act with great cruelty and anger towards anyone who intrudes on her domain, but she's usually not, at least as far as you know, like in the past, she hasn't been like super big about like, let's take over everything with winter. Like, she's pretty content in your
But
estimation.
I mean, here comes this opportunity, right? Where like there's undead and then something is happening where like she accepts this undead thing, probably because she's in the Winter Court and they're close to death.
Yeah.
And so they're probably able to assimilate into this undeadness easier than the spring and summer courts.
Yeah.
And so she's just like, yeah, let's just unleash it in the Fae.
Yeah.
And then doesn't care about what happens to the spring.
That sounds likely. Yeah.
Okay. Now the big question is, how do we
what are you going to do about it? Right?
What are we going to do about it?
So I think with your investigation and with your kind of like your stealth, your stealth will not hold if you go into her palace. You may have tricked the normal Fae that are around here, but you know that her palace is more closely guarded and you're not going to be able to just sneak in.
Waltz in. Yeah.
Especially if we're waltzing, because then you got the music,
exactly.
it just makes it very noisy.
Yeah, it's a whole mess. Okay.
A whole new mess.
I mean,
sorry.
I ain't good.
I just don't want to get captured like we did last time, and then, the whole, thing happened with, I think that was Moldrack, and, and then they get captured with no weapons or anything. And then, it's just not good. So we can't sneak into the palace. I wonder if we could create some kind of diversion.
Everyone looks at the chickens.
I was thinking that too. Let my chickens. That technically, mechanically, I can't. But I mean, if you guys are fine with that, I mean,
I feel like they can't leave you. They can't go very far away from you. Yeah,
they can't. No. I think that's the kind of thing. Like, if they get like squished or go too far, they just like go back into the other plane until the guy sees them. Like, go.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm reading my book.
I just don't know. Like, for some reason, I just keep thinking that Shaela would just go up to a guard and be like, I need to talk to Mab.
Yeah.
That's not the smart
idea. Here's the thing. Given what you heard from, I'm giving your impression of everything right now, it's not like they're immediately going to be like, what the heck? Why are you here? And then they're just going to kill you, right? Like, it doesn't seem like they worry about a whole lot.
Right.
So...
Are they just going to be like, how the heck did a halfling?
They're definitely going to be confused, but like, you might be able to get away with it.
Can you charm an undead?
I
No.
don't think so.
Okay.
Well,
actually, I was
maybe a
thinking-
sentient undead, actually. Well, let me look.
Well, because
I'm
I was
just
gonna
going to
say,
look at a
'cause it just
vampire
says
and see.
humanoid. If they're
I mean,
like
a humanoid is a
sentient-
creature type, so.
I mean, that's something, but it doesn't say like it doesn't necessitate that they have to be alive.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, they're not immune to being charmed. Oh, the
So, 'cause
Fae
I-
might be, actually. Let me double check.
Well, my point is, if she wanted to do that, we could cast Charm Person on one of the people here and at least get us some sort of.
So again, charm person is literally specifically against humanoids as a creature type.
Mhm.
So it would not work.
And these
Because
are
they're
arch-
Fae.
okay.
They are
also.
Fae / undead right now. But yeah, Fae are not automatically immune to charm. So yeah, I mean, it's a possibility
Okay.
if you had charm monster or whatever it is, like dominate
God,
monster.
hold person.
I mean, hold person.
I mean,
I think person,
yeah.
when it says person, it's usually against a
Yeah, I know.
humanoid, so-
I'm saying like that's the only other person I think I have close to that.
Yeah.
What is?
I have a suggestion.
Okay, go for it. I've just like turned to her and I'm like, yes.
No, I think she meant she has suggestion.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the spell suggestion.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how it happens, right? She's like,
Yeah.
I have suggestion, and I'm like, yes. What is it?
I'm like,
No, I have the
a
spell.
spell?
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
I imagine
I
it
go-
going on for a little longer, like who's on first.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like maybe. I mean, I feel like that's just Shayla's style. She'd just be like, "Hey, I want to talk to Mab."
Yeah.
Um.
Honestly, I feel like, I mean, someone make a roll of some sort, or you can use suggestion or whatever. Like, we can just let's figure out the mechanical bits of it, and then we can.
Okay. Play it out from there.
Yeah.
What can you do with suggestion? Like, can you say something like
I can-
"Take me to her"?
Yeah, I can suggest a course of activity.
Yeah.
To a creature.
Yep.
That can hear and understand me,
There you go. That seems like it'll work.
and they
Okay.
know, and like
Do they
I'm
make a
pretty
save?
sure afterwards they make a wisdom save.
Okay.
They like know that I did it, and I can do it if there's or it would just be one creature.
Yeah. I mean,
So
that probably works.
yeah, and I mean they'd know that I suggested it to them.
So
at
we
the
just
end,
go up
but,
to like a
that's
palace
fine.
guard.
Yeah, and just be like, hey,
Hey, we want to
take
go
us
talk to Mab.
to Queen Mab, please.
They crit failed.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
You are good to go.
So he's gonna.
We see Rosamie turn
Or
up the
I
charm.
would like to.
like she
I would
does.
like to say the course of activity would be help us to safely get to Queen Mab and have an audience with her.
Help us to safely arrive at an audience with Queen Mab. Yeah, and this Eladrin, I think, looks at you, this Fae, and like, of course, I would be delighted. And
And
just
I have
takes
like
you.
my little weasel scarf like run up his arm and then back around to me.
Right. And so the normal Fae people, they look like well, hang on, I don't want to show that part of it. Give me a second. So they have blue skin. It's probably so the way this like changes,
pretty.
right, is like they probably have like a gray blue now, which is kind of what they had before, but more gray than blue, right? That's kind of like the main change that has happened with the undead nature. You can obviously tell that something is wrong with them, but they're also Fae originally, so from your guys' perspective, there's always something wrong with them. So it's kind of difficult to see, but obviously Shaela can notice the details. But yeah, so they a group of them, or this one guard is, takes you to Queen Mab's palace, and I think another Fae guard stops him once he gets to the audience chambers of Queen Mab, right? Like you being escorted through the corridors of the palace doesn't necessarily get immediate like attention, but once you get right up to the doors here, the guys guarding the gate like puts out a spear and he's like, excuse me, who are these people and why are they entering Mab's the Queen's presence? And I guess the guy just like says, they need an audience with the Queen. And the guy just like frowns like, and who are they? Why? I haven't heard of this. No one is supposed to be bothering the Queen today. And the guy just like kind of frowns like, they need an audience with the Queen. And then kind of like, and then looks back at you, Rose, and me like, wait, what did you do to me? Because he's just confused now because he's like, wait, yeah, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Like, why would they just randomly have an audience today? So you guys probably have to say something to like actually make it into the chambers themselves. But you're deep in the palace now.
We are.
I mean, like, do we have like a cover story at all?
I mean,
probably Rosie, me, and Boozy would both look to Shaela like, what's the story? Like, what's the story here?
Like, this was your idea.
Rosemi's still just kind of like, I'm just kind of along for the ride here. Like, I don't even really know what we're doing. Who knows? I have a broom.
You probably should give her some bardic inspiration.
Well,
okay,
that's
yeah.
like if we had discussed a cover story, I could make a persuasion check for her.
I mean, I've got a plus 11. I've got a plus 11 to persuasion. I think I'm okay.
Just kidding.
I was wondering if maybe I would probably deceive them more than persuade. I mean, it's the same.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it just depends on what you're saying.
It just depends on what I say.
I guess I would just, as they ask, and I just kind of go on, Shaela. Explain it to them. They'll understand and give you a bardic inspiration.
Thanks. Oh man, this is why I don't play charismatic characters. I have no clue what to say in these situations. Okay. What business would I have with Mab? That I could lie about, you know.
Rosemary, do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
I have dark
I'm a
vision
gnome.
as well.
Yeah, Shaela does not.
I do not.
I could give her dark vision.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have this. Oh, wait,
don't really need
but
it.
if I had it prepared. Yeah, I don't have it prepared.
Rosemary has light, doesn't she?
No.
Cantrip.
I mean, I was just double checking just for token purposes, but like,
I have fireball.
doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Thanks,
I mean, would I have been told that it was gonna be dark in the castle?
It's not dark in the castle. That was me just asking about the token stuff. That there's actually light in the castle. You don't have to worry about it. But I was just curious.
Because I don't want to just like be like, I'm with Titania and I need to talk to her.
Right.
Because then they'd be like, no.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what I could say. Wonder if I could say something along the lines of like,
I'd love to think that Shaela like literally gets up to the door and did not actually have anything prepared and is just now like frantically trying to figure out something to say.
I think Shaela is more cunning than I am, like definitely for sure. I'm just not like,
yeah.
I want to say something along the, but I mean, she definitely did not think this far ahead for sure.
Yeah.
But I think she's quicker at coming up with something than me for sure.
Yeah.
I want to maybe say something along the lines of like, you know, I don't want to lie. I think I want to say something along the lines of we're from the Spring Court, and we are trying to figure out how we can assimilate into this undeadness with you guys.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, none of you are Fae.
That's just. Well, no. So okay, yeah, that's
right.
true.
We want to. I mean, you could still say, "Hey, we heard about this thing happening. We want to become undead things like you are." Is that possible for non-Fae? That is a tack you could take, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't know if I'd say that. I just feel, I don't know. I just feel like Shaela would be like, oof.
Oof, indeed.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just so bad at these
You're
things.
good.
I just don't know what I would say that like would actually get like, oh yeah, that's a decent reason to be here. You know, like,
and we can always crowdsource it. I don't have any particular ideas myself either right now.
Right. The only thing I can think of is like I'm here on behalf of like Conquerbon, the new god of the forest.
Pongerbon, yeah.
Pongerbon, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure. You could say I'm an emissary of Pongerbon, and
he heard about what happened here and wants to know more.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So sure. Roll. I mean, that's honestly not even really a deception if you don't want it to be.
No, that's persuasion.
Also,
really.
would she get advantage because the guard is intending on helping us and is there with us?
Well, the first one was.
The first one was, not the second one.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, would him helping us?
Well, real quick, Rosamund, do you have persuasion?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter then because you can give her advantage.
Cool.
You know, already. So
yeah, what she said.
One way or another, she's getting advantage, right? So I think that's fine.
Oh, good thing I.
Holy crap! Whoa. That's a swingy roll. A crit failed 12 and a crit success 31.
So I'm like, I say it, and then like he's like, and then Rosemary's like, yeah, exactly, and then he's like, cool.
That's probably exactly what it is.
I don't say anything. I just look at him and I go,
flutter your eyelashes.
The brief the other one was like the brief moment where they look at all the chickens running around on Bootsy.
This is sketchy. But Rosemary's cool. All right. Sounds good. Yeah. So I think the Ledra nods and I think says, I suppose that Mab, the Queen has been wanting to speak with an emissary of Pongerbon anyway. Sure, we'll let you in. And they go ahead and open the door. And you get led into a chamber here. You guys can go ahead and move yourselves if you'd like.
You are now free to move around the chamber.
I cannot see that well.
Oh, all the dynamic shadows.
Yeah, honestly,
I wild.
Pretty much just go ahead and make this map have daylight. There's no real reason not to. So go ahead. There we
go. The dynamic shadows are still wild.
Yeah, they are. Well, you can't see past the pillars. They're blocking your way sometimes.
So I'm assuming her throne is.
Yeah, it's like right here. I'm just grabbing her token quick. Where is she?
Not quick enough.
Well, where? Oh, there she is.
Oh, look at her.
So she probably looks way more goth than this.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. She definitely has more Elsa vibes than she does.
Yeah.
Goth vibes.
So honestly, she doesn't really look like this at all. Right? Like, I didn't really look at the token very closely. She looks like. I mean, think of Elsa, right? But not anything. She doesn't wear a bunch of fancy clothing, right? She wears like a simple blue-black dress. She has, right now, I think she had probably white hair before Shaela, but now she has like a. I think now she has like a limp gray hair, and. Yeah, just I mean, basically goth Elsa, in like a general like physical appearance, but she is indeed sitting on her giant throne, and I think she is looking into this like pool here, and it's basically just like a sheet of ice, really, and she seems to be watching something that you guys can't really see, But she's like gazing
The
into
show's on.
to the yeah. She's
hey.
watching her show, guys. The Bachelor's on.
Real quick question, Caleb. Who was that warlock that we met a couple episodes back who was changing into an undead? What court was he from?
He was from.
Was he from the Fall Court?
No, I don't think he was from any of the season.
Or was
courts.
he from like the Night?
I think he was from like the Crystal Court or something.
Something like that. He wasn't from one of the seasons.
His name was Yad Viswan. Yeah, let me actually real quick. I can look up I made a doc about the fake courts. Let me look real quick. It would be wherever. He would be from the Court of Clouds, probably, which is like the Himalayas. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to see where he
like
was
Tibet,
from.
India, that sort of region.
So yeah, I guess Shaela will go up like, I don't know, like about well, I don't know. Is she too short for her to be able to see from this depth?
No. I mean, it's easy. This is she's higher than you are, so she can see you better than you can see her. Honestly, yeah. Shaela can't really see very well over this.
I wonder if maybe I'd be like more like right there, like I go up the steps here and then come up.
I'm
this
just
way,
following wherever you go.
I mean, yeah,
probably be right about there.
She's literally not even like watching you at all. She doesn't acknowledge your presence.
I don't know. I wonder if like I'm probably not tall enough to like see like what she's looking at in the water.
No.
What anybody else see what she's looking at?
I'm not tall enough either.
Bootsy can make a perception check. Yeah.
To see what's in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See what
she's looking at.
She's looking at. Yeah.
15.
I think it's good enough to see the sheet of ice, but there's nothing on it. Like whatever she's seeing, only she can see it.
Okay. So I think Shaela just says, "Long time no see, Queen Mab."
Yeah, so I think she probably just blinks and then looks up at you and then says, "I am sorry, do I know you?"
We met a couple years back. Don't blame you for not remembering me. You know, you've got a lot of other important people.
Rather forgettable.
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, it is actually kind of refreshing that you don't remember me.
Right, yeah.
So you seem to be doing pretty well here in the Winter Court.
Yeah, she looks up at you lazily and then just kind of starts to like twirl a strand of hair around her finger. She looks very bored.
What do I say? I think she just says, "But you've changed a little bit since the last time I saw you. So have your minions, as I would call them."
Yeah, and she just kind of like, she doesn't respond in any way like visually. She just still twirling a strand of hair around her finger, and she just says, "We've been perfected."
Right. So, but my question is how? All the other courts are in chaos right now, but you seem to be doing just fine.
The Winter Court has always been closer to death. You should know this.
I mean, I do, but what I don't understand is how and why. I understand you're closer to death, but that doesn't mean that, just because you embrace death, that doesn't mean that why can't the other courts seem to do the same?
What is your name?
My name's Shaela.
Shaela, you seem to not know a whole lot about the Fae.
I know more than you think I do. I've worked for your sister and for her husband at some point in my life.
Well, then I guess you're just stupid.
Oh.
Sure.
I'm not going to patronize you by explaining it all to you like a child. You're going to figure it out or you won't figure it out. I have no time for this. And she looks back at the sheet of ice.
I guess Shaela, like, she wants to, like, move up a little closer.
Yeah. She doesn't
like,
do anything.
Does she do anything?
No,
okay.
She's bored.
Can I, like,
looking at
move
her show.
up? Can I move up, like, closer to the water?
Mm-hmm.
Or the ice or whatever?
Yeah. And you can see it now as well, and you don't see anything in it either.
I think she just says, what are you looking at?
She blinks again. Let's see how she phrased this. Let me look something up. Let's see.
I'm trying to think a pun about like a hipster watching something, because this girl sounds like a hipster. You're just stupid. You can't understand it. You wouldn't even understand it if I explained it to you.
Let's see. I think she just says, all nature, all formations, all creatures exist in and with one another, and they will be resolved again into their own roots. For the nature of matter is resolved into the roots of its own nature alone. He who has ears to hear, let him hear.
Okay. Listen, Mab. I'm here on behalf of Titania, okay? I know you and your sister don't exactly get along here, but your sister is going through something. Something is wrong with the other courts. And I think that you can help us.
What is the sin of the world? There is no sin, but it is you who make sin when you do things that are like the nature of adultery, which is called sin. That is why the good came into your midst, to the essence of every nature, in order to restore it to its root. And she's in her kind of like own little world right now. She says, he who has a mind to understand, let him understand. Matter gave birth to a passion that has no equal, which proceeded from something contrary to nature. Then there arises a disturbance in its whole body.
Uzi's very confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is Shaela.
He has a 1 to his intelligence score.
I have a 0.
Rosamy has a -1 to her intelligence. So Rosamy is just like, that ice looks pretty.
I have a +3 to insight.
I mean, I have a decent insight check.
Yeah, so you can make an insight check to kind of like figure out what's going on with her.
Can I roll 2 or?
Yep, and either of you can roll. I mean, well, real quick. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, Bootsy, you probably figure this out more than Shaela does.
Well, I was gonna say, did you roll your Bardic Inspiration die?
No, I have not.
Yeah, might as well.
I don't know if I should use it on this roll.
Yeah, maybe save it.
So Bootsy, I think you come to the conclusion, and maybe Shayla's about to like get it, but that you figure it out before she does. So you have a feeling that maybe the Winter Court didn't actually get like by easily on this whole thing. Maybe the bad thing that happened to them is just different, right? Like maybe it's not that they are in control of whatever this is, but the bad thing that happened to them, the way they were affected and changed by it, is just bad in a different way than the other courts.
Could I roll a nature check to see if I know what about this specific area would make it different?
Sure. Make a nature check.
Yeah, that's the thing with the unified.
15?
Does everything that Google does.
So
Unified,
the thing that I think you figure out, I mean, you know about the Winter Court, right? The Winter Court is indeed closer to death as a theme, as a concept, than the other courts. But honestly, I don't know if just a 15 in nature is going to tell you any more than that. Like you can have it confirmed. Like that is typically, like, it makes sense that they would be able to embrace it better or at least differently. But you can't really figure out anything more than that or any specifics that would help you know why or what.
I think maybe then all Bootsy would do is kind of lean over to Shaela and just say, "Something's wrong. It's not bad like for the others you said, but something's still wrong."
And then Shayla kind of like leans back and she's like, "Yeah, I'm starting to gather that.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think maybe Mab isn't behind this whole thing. That she's just she's being just affected by it as much as her sister is, just in a different way."
Can I walk up to the ice?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like in it, but I can't like.
I just got a horrible idea. I just got a horrible idea that
I mean, look, I thought of that as soon as you said that there's ice. Because I have fireball.
I mean, I have create and destroy water.
But I'm just like, if I look into it, do I see anything?
Make a wisdom save, Rosemi.
Ooh.
Good thing does lesser restoration help with that?
Well, it depends on what happens.
Yeah.
Good thing I have.
Whoa!
25?
Crit
succeeds.
I think that succeeds. So, Rosemi, not only do you like not get, changed or whatever, nothing bad happens to you by looking into this, you also pierce the veil and you can see what she's seeing, right? But it doesn't affect you, right?
Pierce the veil.
And you can tell me why, after I explain this, you can tell me, and I'm curious as to why like Rosemi can look into this and pierce it and like understand it. But what you basically see is, well, so it's not so much seeing. Like, someone who just saw the image that you're seeing wouldn't make sense of it. But you can feel the image you're seeing, right? You understand the image you're seeing. It's not really even seeing. It's just knowledge. It's understanding. That's what she's peering into, right? She's trying to understand something. There's something very, like, intellectual happening here. And basically, what you're looking into is, like, a secret knowledge, right? Whoever can look into this is like, it's like some sort of secret spiritual mental knowledge that is like enlightening. And you don't get affected by it in the same way. Like, you don't get entranced and like drawn in by it like she has, but you understand why she has been, right? She has become addicted and obsessed with the idea that, like, thinking, the mind, knowledge is all that matters. Like, that literally nothing else matters in all of reality except for this secret, precious knowledge that, like, makes her better than everyone else. And you're not sure why the ice itself is doing this or, like, why it's showing you this, but... And so I'm curious, why is Rosemi not affected by this?
I think she's just not smart enough to understand it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Her intelligence is a 9.
Yeah.
So I think she just like gets
real quick. I'd like to think this is like the bell curve meme, right? Where it's like you're stupid, and so you're like, yeah, this isn't that big of a deal. And then someone in the middle of the bell curve is like, this is so amazing, and I'm obsessed with it. But then someone on the very high end of the bell curve meme is like, yeah, it's not special. There's nothing interesting about it.
Yeah, so I think Rosemi is just like, it's just like if you like opened a very like technical textbook or something
Yeah.
for something that you have no prior knowledge of whatsoever.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I mean, like, there's something here, but I have no idea what it is, and
But
I
you
don't
totally
really want to
understand.
know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you totally understand why she is
Yeah.
obsessed with it.
So yeah,
So basically, she gathers that like she's like entranced by this thing, and like that's why she's like so bored with it. She's like, oh, whatever, I don't even care.
Yeah,
Like,
that's definitely why she's acting the way that she is. I don't know if Rosemi is intelligent enough to like grasp the deeper implications of this. But like if she shares this with Shaela, she might be able to figure it out.
yeah, I'd probably be like, this ice is very strange. It's like trying to tell me something. I don't really know. I think the ice might be the problem.
okay.
And so Shaela, I think if you were to stand up to it and try to peer into it yourself, you would be able to piece it together more than Rosemi would. Whether or not you would also get a crit success is
I have a 0 to wisdom.
Are you better with intelligence?
Yes.
I think it would probably be an intelligence save instead then.
I don't want to get entranced by this thing.
Well, if anything, I have destroy.
Can I
destroy
use
water.
bardic inspirations on wisdoms on saves?
I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's basically on anything.
Ability check, attack roll, or save.
That's every roll in the game.
So basically, you're saying if I succeed on this thing, then I can probably figure out
Yes,
like
for
what's
sure.
going on here. Okay.
Yep.
So
Because you have a
Shayla's
lot
gonna,
of knowledge about Fae stuff, so you'll be able to understand this.
Okay, so Shaela like takes a deep breath. And I
She
think
like prepares, getting ready to destroy it.
Yeah. So real quick, can it actually destroy ice though?
It doesn't say, but what ice is water. I mean, it's just liquid form of.
Yes, as long as it doesn't say like specifically liquid water, then but
You
the
can-
also the issue
I
is if
mean-
this isn't just regular ice, then
this is
You
probably-
destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container within range.
I could also, cast fireball and turn it into water first,
also true.
Yes.
if needed. But
I could cast purify food and drink.
Oh
Drink it.
no, that's not gonna help.
Oh, all non-magical food and drink.
Oh,
So this is
yeah.
magical water.
so if I see Shaela walking up, I just kind of go, "Are you going to look into that?"
I think I have to in order to figure out what's going on here.
Food's just like, I'm not doing it.
Be careful so you don't turn out like her.
I'm not sure if I can do it, but if you can do it, Rosemi, there might be half a chance I can.
What a half-hearted compliment insult thing.
No, it's a compliment because she
Sure,
she doesn't she thinks very highly of Rosemi. Actually,
Sure.
Yeah.
it's true. I do.
So someone
Okay.
else, out of curiosity, looked up. Caleb. Someone's like, I'd let this spell destroy ice, but not create ice.
That makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, especially since it lets you dispel fog, and fog is.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. All right. I just feel like this is like such a big moment for Shaela. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
She's been struggling. She's like spent her whole life trying to get away from Oberon and now get away from Titania. And now here she is in front of Mab. She's just like, when the heck am I going to get away from these people?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
If only you had advantage. Do you want to do lucky though?
Yeah, I'm going to do lucky.
Sounds good.
You have 3.
Yeah, but I can only do 1 for a roll.
Right.
Dang it.
Do you want to try to get advantage for this next one?
I knew I should have given some kind of backstory. I was like, nah.
You shouldn't have taken the Emily approach. It doesn't work out most of the
It
time.
doesn't work for me.
Honestly, it works for Emily half the time, but
Does it though?
It
does.
usually.
I don't feel like
I
it
feel
does.
like
I
it
feel like it
usually
always
doesn't
gets us
work
into
out.
situations where we end up fighting something for 3
and
more
I
hours.
just go,
like-
whatever. It makes the story more interesting.
Well, so okay, I'm thinking specifically, I guess, for Yi, because there was almost nothing that you could do to get rid
Yeah,
of
but
her,
why
so,
would I
like,
ever think of Yi? I'm thinking of
Yeah,
Raya.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. All right. Here we go. No. I mean,
Got a
I guess I
D8.
could use my D8, but I don't know.
DA will matter. Yeah, I think that'll help.
Nope. I hate the
Okay.
number 14.
So this is what happens. Shaela, you see what Rosemary saw, right? But you get entranced by it. You just start, and because this is your first time like actually experiencing it, you just go basically comatose, right? You're lost in the majesty of this. Like it's like, I mean, think like the big brain meme, like the galaxy brain meme. It's just like that for you, right? Like it's just this slow progression of like you realizing more and more things about the way the universe works and how amazing it is, and how this like secret knowledge is the answer to everything that has ever existed, and you get entranced by it. And I think what happens though is Mab like kind of gets like comatose with you, right? Like something, whatever is the ice sheet is doing, it starts to like affect both of you, and you both just kind of like slump and are just like entranced by this thing, drawn into it. And then unfortunately what happens is Bootsy and Rosemi, the doors behind you, like that into this chamber, just swing closed on their own for some reason. And then suddenly you are not alone. And I'm trying to decide what I want to throw at you guys.
Okay, but also we weren't alone beforehand.
I don't think those one guys entered though.
No, they didn't enter.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, there's many people in here.
Fair. Okay, fair. Let's see here. What do I want to do?
I just realized something. This doesn't matter anymore, but I forgot. I can wild shape as a bonus action because I'm Circle of the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
There was something I could have done that one time.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I feel like did I miss something? There was something that I was gonna do. No, I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah, let's do that. So... Suddenly, a giant frost salamander appears. It looks like that, and it has kind of black and bluish rubbery skin, a giant tail, a horrible maw with beady little eyes. And it is going to attack you guys.
Well, I'm assuming we roll.
If it's like
first.
Pokemon,
yeah,
I have Fireball to fight against the ice monster.
yeah. Everybody roll initiative, including Shaela.
I'm actually not sure if ice Pokemon are weak to fire, but I don't remember. That's one I always
I think they are, yeah.
14. Sure about that.
I'm going to run to the potty real quick before we get started.
Do it. And Frost Salamander. Boom.
Why are they?
All right. Shaela, you go first. So we go with you into the ice.
Oh, great.
So what are you going to try to do?
To get out of this?
Yeah, to try to like escape from this.
Would you try to escape?
I mean, this is like, there's a part of Shayla's brain that is still fighting this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, so my intelligence clearly was not enough, which makes sense. Shayla's not a smart person. So she couldn't battle it with her sheer wits.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to battle it with my awkward charm.
You're going to try to talk to the galaxy brain?
Right. I think I mean, here's the thing, right? I think that Shaela, like, I think what she would try to do is she'd try to like talk to, like, almost like try to deceive it, because like that's what she does. Like she's like, you know, she tries to like manipulate things to like she likes to manipulate the truth a lot. And so I almost wonder if she would like, I mean, I don't, like, obviously she's not going to be talking to the ice, I don't think. I mean, unless they say it says something to her, but
well, just go ahead and explain what you're thinking, and then I can.
I guess I'm thinking, like, you know, because she's spent like her whole life running away from like who she is because she doesn't want to be Shaela, but now she's finally like, no, I'm Shaela. Like, I'm proud to be Shaela, and I'm not gonna run away from being me now. Like, I'm gonna like I'm fighting for, like, because one of my things is like,
so
I'm trying to like, I'm gonna prove that I'm worthy of a better life.
So Shaela, I think what this is, the small part of your brain that's fighting against this, I think realizes something, right? I think that totally makes sense, because this thing is indeed trying to make you not you. And the way it's trying to make you not you is by is basically getting you to hate your body. And what I mean by that, really, is specifically like your physical form. It's trying to get you to say to yourself, like, I hate this flesh prison that I live in, and I just want to be like a disembodied mind spirit thing. Like, that's what I want. That's what this thing is trying to get you to be and to do. And so if Shayla's like, no, like, I like all of me, like, I like me as a complete whole being, body, mind, and soul, then this is, that's totally a thing that you can like fight, push against. So I want you to do, what I want you to do first on this turn is to make a charisma save. And what this is going to mean is, like, this is your first impressions with the ice and whether or not it will talk to you, right? Whether or not it will give you a personality with which to speak.
If it doesn't, will it be giving her the cold shoulder?
And Bootsy dies.
Bootsy immediately gets eaten by the frost salamander and pooped out again.
Okay, well...
all of your chickens die horrible deaths.
Okay, so question for you though, Caleb. And okay, you know what I just realized? Is this a spell that was being cast on me? Or a spell?
What is it? What's the full description of what you're looking at?
I'm just wondering, because I have Mantle of Spell Resistance. Oh no, Spell Resistance is just like having spell damage, right? Or what is that?
Let's double check. Yes, you do. We keep
saving
forgetting
throws
about your
against
magic
spells.
item. Yeah. Let me look. Spell resistance. Wait, where?
How do you?
Where?
So you know the part you want to sell. How do you?
Mantle of Spell Resistance.
Where is this? Oh, here we go. I was just looking at the wrong thing. Mantle of Spell Resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against spells while you wear this cloak. Yeah, unfortunately, this is a spell-like effect, not a spell. And there is a distinction.
A spell.
In D&D. So it is magical, but it's not a spell.
Right. No, there is. So that's why
So I think it's not.
Right. That's what I was wondering. Okay,
unfortunately, this does not count.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Because if that was the case, then you would have gotten a crit success on that first time. Yeah.
Then I would have gotten a crit success. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think at this point I wouldn't have suggested we retcon that. Like, that's fine, whatever. But I just was wondering for this role since I remembered.
Yep.
Okay. I gotta think of something to give myself some inspiration here.
Hey guys, we have one user in chat. His username is Feet.
Feet?
Feet. Like F-E-E-T.
F-E-E-T?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Feet. Nice to meet you. I'm Shaela.
And when I say in chat, I just mean viewing. I don't actually mean they wrote something in chat. So I don't even know if they are going to write anything in chat. But I thought that was amusing. Continue.
No. Okay.
Yeah. What are you going to think of for inspiration? I mean, honestly, you know what? Take inspiration because of what you described. I really like the fact that Shaela, likes herself. That whole thing is pretty interesting to me, and I think it's inspiring. So go ahead and take advantage already on this roll.
Thanks.
Especially since he spent so much time.
Did not matter.
Didn't matter.
11.
Did you,
Shaela?
Shaela just sucks so bad. No, so I mean, probably what happens, right, is Shayla's like what's probably really happening, right? Shayla's like trying to convince herself of that, but she's so beaten and broken from Oberon that she doesn't really believe that.
She doesn't actually believe it. Yep. Makes sense.
All right.
So yeah, I think this is
so what happens.
Shaela wants. Yeah, I was gonna say like Shaela tries to reach out for something to latch onto because you're like, I could talk my way out of this, and the ice, whatever this thing is basically just like, ha, no. I'm not going to let you do your greatest, I'm not going to let you have your best skill at your disposal in this situation. Not going to happen. So you can try again next time, something else, but you can't talk your way out of this.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Rosamie, it's your turn. There's a giant frost salamander behind you. What do you do?
I didn't know if you guys knew this, but when I leveled up, because I am in the College of Lore, I got to take some spells from different classes. So I happened to take a wizard spell, and it's called Fireball.
I love your commitment to this running gag. I love it.
And I would like to cast that at the ice lizard thing. So it must make a DC 14 dex save.
Ooh, that was a good roll on damage there.
Yeah!
A good 32.
And as my bonus action, I would like to let's see. Shoot, can Shaela hear me?
Depends. What are you doing exactly? Bardic inspiration?
Yeah.
Shaela can make a perception check at disadvantage to hear you.
Oh.
But you will have to spend the die either like
I was gonna say I would just give it to
I was gonna be like, if there's a question, let's be real. I don't trust her rolling. So I don't want to waste my bardic inspiration on that. So I'm just not going to do anything as my bonus action.
Sounds good.
And I am going to move. I don't know how many. I'm going to move behind this pillar just to make it harder for it if it's trying to attack me.
Sounds good. All right, Bootsy, what do you do?
Wait a second. I'm reading this again real quick.
It's basically just you against a frost salamander at this point.
Honestly, no, I found out something sick.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize how good of a I did this chicken farmer thing as a joke. Let's face it. Like, there's no doubt around it. This is a joke. But this combination, not specifically chicken farmer, but this combination between druid and swarm keeper ranger is really good. Because here's what I can do. I can wild shape into a brown bear. You have a token for that?
Yep, I can do that. There you go. Bootsy turns into a brown bear.
Just 2 melee attacks. So yeah, but here's the thing. The chickens stay.
Right.
They do not go away. So what I can do is I can run up to it. I can attack him twice. So it's just a bite and a claw attack.
Mm-hmm.
Both those hit?
Yep.
What do I can't roll damage on these.
You should be able to.
I can't press the damage button.
Just click bite on the roll.
Oh, okay.
And then claws.
Yeah. And here's the thing, plus 2d6. Because the chickens do piercing damage. So as I'm attacking it, they're attacking with me.
It's amazing.
It's actually like a pretty good combination. Unfortunately,
I love this.
the damage doesn't scale.
Right.
But extra 5
Nice.
damage.
Nice.
And,
Cool stuff.
I think the salamander's just like getting picked out by these little chickens.
Little chickens. This is amazing.
Like, I like that
Cool.
combination. That's cool.
Yeah. Is that your turn?
I used my bonus action. I used my
It's a wild
action.
shape, yeah.
And I moved, so I can't do anything else.
Sounds good. All right, it's the Frost Salamander's turn.
Fortunately, my AC is horrible now.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Hits all of those. And then, so you take 22, 28, 35,
40.
38 damage.
Knocks me out of
Sorry,
my wild shape.
38, yeah.
Knocks me out of my
Should be,
wild
right?
shape, and
No.
I take... Wait, how much? How much
Because
is
it's
it?
22 plus 14 plus 3.
No. It's 22 plus 21 plus 3.
Oh,
Hold up,
there was
bro.
another 7 in there. Sorry, I didn't see that one. Because it broke it up.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold
Wait,
up
wait.
though. If he turns back into a bear though after the 4th attack, is your AC higher than 14?
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, so that last
so
one
what-
wouldn't hit if you turn back into.
So yeah, what
Yeah,
is it? What is the
person.
first one? So it's 12.
Okay, so it's going to be a 7, and then an 11, and then an 11, and then
Wait,
a 7.
Sorry, wait a second. Wait a second. So 7.
Let's do one of these
plus
one at a
11.
time. So 7, then 11,
That's 18.
then 11,
Plus
Yes.
11 is 29.
then a 7,
So 36.
I'm out of wild shape and I've taken 2 damage.
okay, and then a 10.
The 14. The
14 doesn't hit.
So then you
Right.
wouldn't. So then that
Got- you don't
that
take
10
another
would
10.
miss.
Sounds good.
Or that, yeah.
So I take 2 damage. And that was a... I mean, I guess that was like a buffer.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's there for, right? Like,
Yep. There
The
you go.
direwolf
I
beat
mean,
me
and you could
better.
literally just do it again on your next turn, right? Like,
Yeah. But I can only do it one more time. But that's like soaking
I mean-
up some damage.
So yeah, I'm trying to think.
How's it looking?
I mean, it got damaged. I'd say maybe a third. Yeah, I don't think so. I rolled for the Snow Queen, but I feel like she's not really gonna do anything in this situation. I think what I was gonna have happen is like her would be the person you talk to, like if it was gonna give you a personality to talk to, but it's not going to. So I'm just gonna take her off the initiative for now. It is your turn, Shaela. What do you do?
That's a great question, Caleb. So, Shayla's not intelligent.
No.
Apparently, she doesn't like herself either.
She hates herself.
So you know what she does? She hides. That's what she does.
Right. Sounds
She's
good.
just like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna. You know what? I've been doing that. That seems to have worked well for me in my survival tactics. I'm gonna run
Mhm.
away and hide from this thing.
Sounds good. Yeah. what I mean, let's think about this in terms of like, so you are being slowly, your brain is like, your mind is being drawn in slowly and further and further into this like abyss of
Right.
knowledge and
Right.
whatnot. How are you exactly hiding from that in your brain, right? In this mind palace thing that's happening here.
I mean, I think the best way I can think of it is that she would hide by like maybe like we see her like go to that part of her brain where she changes into, I forget what the character's name was, what I named her.
Leinani.
Leinani. I'd like go into like Leinani. I'm like, I'm gonna disguise myself and like hide as her instead.
Okay. So if you can't not hate yourself, be someone else for now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm trying to go
So,
for
well,
like dexterity. So I'm trying
Right,
to
but
go-
so this is the thing. I feel like that's not what this is. I think you're doing a disguise roll here,
okay.
right? I think, and you can try to hide again, but how you just described this, like if it's about changing into Leinani, then that's like disguise kit stuff.
Right.
So if you want to do that instead,
But
then
am
yeah,
I
go
rolling
ahead.
my disguise kit with what am I rolling the attribute?
It looks like you already did it with a +8, which makes sense.
I did it with charisma.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that's fine.
It's only a
And it's not to
15,
say that
though.
you can't ever use charisma because of the thing that happened before. It was just like you can't talk to
Right.
the ice thing. It's not gonna let you. So a 15 I think is a good enough. It's like you're stalling for now, right?
Okay.
This is you basically saying like you're like we see in Shayla's mind, right? All the visualization of this is like Shayla's like I hate myself, and then she's like I'll be someone else, and then she turns into Leilani, and it seems to work for a while, and then Leilani herself, you sink into the personality of Leilani, and then you're like, oh, I hate myself, right? You just start like getting dragged back into that thing, but as Leilani. And so yeah, it's stalling, like you're not going any further, but you're gonna have to find something more permanent than that to fix this. All right, Rosemi.
So I am going to peek around the column, and
you could have swore you heard a bear roar, and then you look back and it's just Bootsy, so you don't know what's going on there.
And cast Tasha's hideous laughter.
Nice.
At the lizard thing.
Salamander.
There we go. It needs to make a wisdom save.
Sounds good. It fails.
So it is laughing and it is prone and incapacitated.
Interesting. I like to think that this is less like it actually laughing and more it just like it falls to the ground. It's just like kind of writhing and making random noises. But yeah, it's out after the count.
I just kind of say, we have to figure out how to get Shaela back.
Yeah.
We have a minute of writhing.
Is that get affected when we attack it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it stops.
Then make the save again, right?
Yeah, it gets to make another save.
All right, Bootsy, what are you gonna do?
That changes
I'm going
things.
to
I'm wondering.
Go here.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's worth it to try and do something that will not. That's what I'm looking for. Essentially, like take a turn to like buff myself up.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have anything like that. Is it worth it just to attack it, or should I let it go for a little bit? Because here's the thing. Because I looked up how much create or destroy water could do. It could do like a cubic foot.
Right.
It's nothing compared to that. That would be like 3 pixels on my monitor, given if this is really 5 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet grid.
Right.
So oh, wait a second. No, lesser restoration won't do anything. I think okay, I'm going to run this by you guys because I'm not sure if this makes any sense. She's looking into the ice. What if we just make her stop looking into the ice?
Like physically remove her from
the ice.
I don't think so, because Mab stopped looking at the ice.
Yeah.
She looked at us. And
so
that's what I was wondering.
Like, we can try it. I was going to see if we could like attack.
I would guess it give me maybe 1 or 2 more turns to see if I can do something before like you try to like break me off of it.
I mean, I wouldn't. I'm going to try and start breaking you out of it because we.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So give me like
Gotta
one
go.
more turn. Like give me like one more turn.
I'm trying to think of something I can do. Because like this monster's down. I want to take advantage of it, but I mean it's prone, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I just get advantage on 3 attacks against it? Is that
Yep.
worth it?
It might fail to save again.
That's true. Well, I'm hitting it 3 times. It's got 3 chances to make the save. That's the thing. Or is that the end of it?
Is that how it works?
How does it
like
work,
every
Emily?
time? Every time it takes damage.
Let me...
Because I thought it sounded like she said it was that way.
Yeah, it's at the end of each of its turns and each time it takes damage.
Got it.
Which, I
Wait,
mean,
at
it
the
would
end of
be
each of its
prone.
turns?
It would be prone the entire time because it can't just stand up in the middle of your turn.
It gets to take another save at the end of each of its turns.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We didn't do that before.
I think best option, unless spike growth would do something. You know what? Maybe that would be the right choice. No, because spike growth they will get out of eventually.
I was gonna
And
say,
it's
so honestly,
concentration.
if it makes a save every turn, I would just attack it with advantage 3 times because
Yeah,
it's probably gonna make it right. Like
I'm used to like thinking like, oh, it's down. Let's like get ready and then punch it. But like, there's no point. So I'll just transform into a bear again.
Cool.
Oh wait, I'm only attacking it twice. Never mind. Yeah, still, twice with advantage isn't bad. And bite, claw. Didn't
Both
do
hit.
anything. No. Okay. So yeah, I'll just same as before. This, and then that. It's not bad damage, but still.
That's very good damage.
Cool.
I know. I just switched the advantage.
When the chickens attack, is that with your attack
is
action, or is
with
that a
me.
separate?
On each of your turns, you can cause the storm to assist you in one of the following ways. Immediately after you hit a creature with an attack, the attack's target takes 1d6 piercing damage from the swarm.
So is that separate damage? So is it going to get 4 saves?
I don't
think so.
Because
No.
it doesn't say it attacks. Because it it doesn't have to roll a hit.
It's not a different attack. It's just you get to add damage to one of your attacks.
Yeah.
Okay,
I love
well,
this
that's why I
idea-
was asking, because it's like after you damage.
Yeah, I think it's
it,
just
then
gets make a save
I
twice.
get it.
Yeah.
That's why I reread it, because I wasn't sure either. I just love the idea of like this bear with these chickens all
I know,
over
it's
it.
awesome.
Yep.
made a
Okay,
save.
makes a save. Yeah.
But hey, I mean, it didn't do much, but whatever. If I had crit on one of those, it would have been awesome.
Yeah. It is its turn next, though.
Yeah.
So it is just
Maybe it won't hit me this time.
it's just gonna stand back up and attack you.
Yeah. Oh well. My gosh. Well,
Well,
Wait, no.
I mean they all hit, so
They all
let's just
hit,
do it
yeah.
one at a time.
Yep.
So first you take a 9.
Okay, give me a second. 34 hit points, I believe. Yes.
Should just be able to edit on the token itself.
I can't. I don't have access to the hit
Should be able
points.
to.
No?
You
Where?
have access to the token, so
Well,
you
just
should.
I know I have
Roll the
access to the
damage.
token. The token doesn't have hit points. That's all I'm saying.
What? That
Yeah.
makes 0 sense.
It doesn't. I mean, I don't.
I mean,
I
you can just roll
can't-
the damage.
Can you
and-
move the
Oh,
token?
there it is now. There it is. Okay, there it
Yeah.
is now. Okay, now it's doing it. It wasn't doing that before. Okay, minus
Okay.
9. Next one.
All right. An 8.
Okay.
A 7.
Okay.
And then the bite, which is 12. So you're back to Bootsy.
And I take 2 damage.
The exact same.
That's
Yep.
so funny. All right, Shaela.
Wait, I've taken only 4 damage total, right?
Yep.
Okay, I might have
Okay.
not edited that because I was still at less. About 44.
Shayla's
Is that what
stupid.
I installed?
She doesn't like herself.
You can try to hide now if you want to. Right? We framed it differently. Before,
Here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking,
I've heard of doing that.
what if I like you said as like Leilani, right?
Leilani, but
Leilani. I can't remember my own character's name. Leilani. You said that, she starts to like drift back in, like she kind of holds it off for a second as Leilani and then maybe starts going into it. But what if Shaela for a second pauses and like tries to like deceive herself, like talk herself into like, no, now I am Leilani. Like that's who I am. Like I'm not Shaela anymore. And like tries to like
and then maybe like tries to compare Leilani and Shaela, and then basically like no one likes Shaela, but Leilani is amazing. No one like, and then continue.
I even got Rosamy to like join me because I was Leilani.
That is a good, because this is the thing. You can't talk to the ice, but you can talk to yourself.
Right.
Yes. You can make a roll of deception here. Do it.
Okay.
Take advantage, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I just came up with that. I was pretty proud of myself.
Mm-hmm. No, I like that.
I freaking hate the 14. Okay.
Oh, no. Double 14. You use a lucky?
I'm going to use a lucky.
Yeah. You still have advantage, so.
The number 14.
I swear, if it does it again, I will die.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
There you
23.
go.
So, I think this is what happens, Shaela.
I will never think of number 14 the same after this ever again. When my kids turn 14, I'm going to be like, I hate you. I want you to be 13 or 15, nothing in between that. Number 14 is just
it'd be
the
funny
worst
if you just
number
you
ever.
don't celebrate their 14th birthday.
Nope.
And you
they
just
are
like,
not getting a birthday.
You're still
14th
13.
Birthday.
You're
know
still
what's
13.
sad, Caleb, is that my 14th birthday used to be one of my favorites. We did laser tag. It was a lot of fun.
I love how that's like the whole thing there. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, so I think what happens is I don't think Shaela exists anymore.
Yep.
Right? I think Shaela has convinced herself that because of this weird magic situation right now, you have convinced yourself that you are Leilani and you will never think of yourself as anyone else ever again.
That's so sad too, because Shaela, all she wanted was to be herself again, but whole people.
But this is, this is Shaela like saying like, I care more about living than I do about this ideal that I had. Right? Just back to survival.
Well, and like really, I think really, no, I don't know about that. I think more what it is it's like, I'm going to prove that I'm worthy of a better life is my ideal. And that.
Right. But
I'm proving
you don't have that life anymore. You aren't.
Right.
You literally, but this is all a lie.
I'm proving that I'm worthy of a better life by forgoing my old life and saying, no, I'm somebody else now. Like, I guess.
That could make sense if you were Shaela just moving on, but you're literally lying to yourself about who you are fundamentally.
Right.
So, I think it works, and I think what happens, right, is the Fae Queen crystallizes in front of you in this kind of weird dream space. And I think you know that this isn't actually her. This is just like whatever is the being that is inside this ice is just taking her form. And she says to you, even in victory, you lose. And there's a moment of like crystallized time here, so we can have a quick conversation.
Right. Yeah. I just think, I'll take a win when I can get it.
Yeah. And she just shakes her head and she says, you don't get it, do you? All of this. It's a prison. What you're doing to yourself is just another prison. We can be free, Shaela. Or she probably just calls you Leilani. We can be free, Leilani. We can, and maybe she actually did say Shaela, but you just hear it as Leilani, like you're refusing to accept anything else. We can be free, Leilani. All you have to do is look further, deeper. Let go of this physical stuff It's evil. Every part of it. It's inherently bad. We can be free of it.
Okay. I feel like in order, because here's the thing, right? One of Shayla's personality traits is she thinks that anyone who is nice to me is hiding evil intent.
But what about Leilani's personality trait?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So are you considering this person being nice to you though?
No. I think what I'm trying to get at is that she's like, yeah, the physical world sucks. Like everything in it is evil.
Yeah.
But I think
Leilani, but this is the thing, right? Like by pretending to be
Leilani, I don't have that personality trait. Yeah.
I'm not even saying that. Like by pretending to be Leilani, you are clinging to the physical, right? That's what this is about.
Right.
If you didn't care about the physical, you would just let go.
Right. Well, I think. Oh God, I was gonna say something and now I can't think.
Oh, sorry.
Now. No, it's okay. It was my fault. I got sidetracked. Squirrel. I think I was going to say something along the line because she was saying something like,
"This is all a prison.
You're in a prison. You're being trapped in like the physical world." I think Shaela, like shakes her head, or Leilani, shakes her head, and she just says, "I've been in a prison before." I've been in a contract before. I know what real freedom is. Freedom is not disregarding your body. It's having all three of them connected and actually working together. And I refuse to spend my whole life trying to gain freedom of my own body just to have it ripped away from me again.
Right. And then she just is smiling and she just says, but you're giving this gift to yourself through a lie, Leilani. You've just destroyed your soul to cling onto something so meaningless and fragile.
Destroying my soul or changing it for the better. That's what I see it as.
And this lady just laughs and she says, fine, have it your way. Burn for all I care. It's all that's left for you. And then she steps into the darkness and Shaela is back. But she is Leilani and she will never be anything else. At least unless she goes find someone to remove curse or some weird powerful magic like that. That sort of thing might work. But
switch out my token. Let's go. I'm Leilani now. I'm a dwarf.
You're actually a dwarf now?
A gnome, gnome, but yeah.
Oh, a gnome, right.
It's a gnome, yeah.
You so believed in the other thing that you changed a race.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
No?
No. I mean, Shaela doesn't have a different body. Like, she can't change that about herself. She just is. She literally has like a weird mental disorder now where she thinks she is someone else.
So here's what I think. I think maybe it's one of those things where whenever I look in like a body of water or a mirror, I see Leilani, but everybody else still sees Shaela.
Everyone else still sees Shaela. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, I guess I come out. I'm assuming that's my turn.
Yes, that is your turn. But now it's Rosemi. Yeah. So you see Shaela shake awake. Rosemi.
I kind of just go, Shaela, are you okay? And then
Shaela just frowns and is just like, I'm not Shaela.
And Rosemi just gets a confused look on her face, but then also just casts Fireball.
To think that she's just okay.
She just frowns slightly and just like, okay.
Yeah. Huh?
Good.
Make a dex save.
Whoa. Real
nice.
This thing does not have good saves.
No, it does not. All right, Bootsy.
Terrified of my wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I didn't cast anything like Flaming Sphere, so You know what? I have this spell called Moonbeam. That
Nice.
just sounds cool.
I don't know if it's good, but I like it.
Problem is,
I think
if
I think it's pretty good.
Did you learn
The
it
problem
on the
is it's a
farm from your cows? And did they moon me?
Oh boy.
The problem is it's a concentration spell, and I'm gonna get hit about several freaking times. So,
Several freaking times.
so maybe I'll just cast Thunder Wave.
Cool.
Because I can do that without hitting one else. Plus, it's gonna
Nice.
push him back.
Yeah, Rosemary just gets kind of sad when she sees you cast Thunder Waves, and she just never can.
So I'll just cast, Thunder Wave at 2nd level.
Unfortunately, this is a good save.
Dang it.
Oh, but he failed anyway. Dang.
Dang, he really does suck.
He could have gotten a 27, but he didn't.
So 20 and pushed back. Oops, no.
He can't really get pushed back. There's columns.
Yeah, it's a pillar that it just kind of goes right up against.
Well,
so.
can it get pushed back a little bit so it's not like directly in my?
It would go like
it's gonna
that.
come up next to me anyway.
Yeah.
10 feet. Yeah. Well,
its claws already have a reach of 10 feet, so it doesn't even matter that much.
Great. I wanted to disengage, but I have no way to disengage. That's. Oh wait, and immediately after you hit a creature with an attack, does that count as hitting a creature with an attack? So the swarm can hit it too?
No, because it's not really an attack. Like an attack is a specific thing in D&D, and this is casting a spell that just does damage, but isn't a ranged spell attack. Doesn't count.
As a bonus action, as a bonus action,
couldn't you with your offhand attack it with, or on your reaction because you're pushing it away?
No, yes.
Yeah, opportunity.
Okay, well, as a bonus action, I'll cast Shaela,
and then hit
it. Cool. Then I just not get my proficiency bonus with this? Wait.
Oh no, it's just your reaction. So.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, and I don't have anything else I can use as a reaction anyway. 19
nice. Hits.
This plus.
Oh yeah, plus your 2d6.
Plus. Oh wait, I can just do this.
1d6, but.
Yeah. Or 1d6, yeah.
Swarm. 5 swarm damage.
Cool.
I need to check what Shaela does. Okay, and that's That's my turn. That's all I can do. I have expended everything.
It is its turn.
Yep.
Good thing it doesn't have advantage.
I'm glad I have relentless endurance, because I might be. Well, it's hitting me. It's hitting me a lot. Okay, so,
Does the 15 hit?
No, 15 does not hit, but it only missed once.
It only missed once. So you take that amount of damage.
6 plus 7
quite a
plus
lot.
6 plus 6. Okay, so I'll at least plus 11 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7.
53.
I go to 1.
Yeah.
Only because that last one was all at once.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Nice. Yeah. All right, Shaela.
Okay.
You're back. Or sorry, Leilani. You're back.
Leilani is
How is
back,
this thing looking, by the way?
Very damaged.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I'm...
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Leilani is... Let's see, what am I going to do?
I mean, let's be fair. If Shaela and Rosemary don't kill it, Bootsy's dead.
Right.
Well, we have 3 turns before then. Because I get to go 2.
True. Right, yeah. Never mind.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought your turn wasn't before its, but...
And on my... Oh, nah, I'm not going to heal myself on my turn. That'd be stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I gotta hit it with a light crossbow. Why not? That's my best bet, I think.
Do it.
17?
Hit. Just barely, but yeah.
Plus my sneak attack. So sneak attack sucked.
Cool. It roars as it gets clipped by this bolt.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna hide behind this pillar because
Nice.
Leilani is a bit of a coward.
Yep.
But does Leilani realize she can hide as a bonus action?
I mean, yes, because
Yeah.
Leilani was Shaela, right? Really. She had all of her skills.
Yeah.
Rosemi, it's you.
It.
I know. I'm just like, I guess I just used another fireball. Like, why not?
Sounds good.
Fireball. Just use fireball. Oh my gosh. Please fail. Please fail. Please fail. Ah, dang it.
Still 16 damage though.
It still dies. Like it actually didn't matter. Yeah. So Rosemi burns it to shreds.
I like fire.
So Mab just kind of like chuckles softly and just says, "Huh, very nice."
Yeah, I want to try to like shake Mab out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Based on my knowledge of like, so I shook out of it. Can I like roll something to like see if I could figure out a way to like shake her out of this entrancement?
Arcana.
Dang it, I suck at Arcana.
Yep.
Not like an insight check?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
It's gonna be more difficult with an insight check, like the DC will be higher, but
It'll be like a 20 instead of like an 18. Something like that. All right. Well, my chances are still better with an insight roll, so nope.
So you have no clue.
I'm like, how do I help her? I don't know. I mean, I think I'm decently cool and I could shake out of it, but I don't know how to get this woman out.
Yeah. I mean, Shaela, do you want to share with the other two like what you learned?
Yeah, I mean, so she'll just go in there. So I mean, okay, so wait, so I get all this stuff, like what do I learn after being in it? Or do I just have a complete transformation and then that's it? I don't learn anything.
Oh, right, because that's what you're
Right.
doing. I mean, you already learned a lot of it. So, right, what's happening here is okay. Yeah. So there's a piece that as you like came out, you came out with like you managed to grasp onto one piece of the knowledge and like use it to like figure this out. So I think maybe this is just Leilani like standing there and then thinking and then being like, wait a second. Oh no, I figured it out. And so I think what's happening is, right, so we said whatever this thing is, whatever this being is that's inside here, it wants everyone to basically hate their bodies, to disconnect from the physical and just be just be mental.
Right.
You know.
They want it to be undead because that's what undead are. Is
Exactly. Yes. Right. And so what happened, and I think the thing you do realize is it was indeed Mab who did this, right? But she contacted whatever this thing was and did it intentionally. It was all very intentional on her part. She wanted to be this way. But the consequences were beyond what she saw, right? And so she literally was trying to make all of the Fae into undead because in her brain, she was like, I hate the physical. Like whatever Mab's my psychology was when she decided this, she was like, I hate myself. I hate the physical. I want to like disconnect from it. It's all evil. It's all bad. But by doing so, she disconnected the Fae from who they are inherently, right? Because the Fae are literally the embodiment of body, right? Of the physical.
right.
And
That's
so,
Fae.
right, it just doesn't work. And so like they were literally changing into undead, but it's all bad. It's all wrong. And I think you get a sense of what, like, you don't know what this thing is. Like, you're kind of terrified you're like, because I think you thought you understood the way the world worked and like who the enemies were in this world. But this is something ancient and horrible in a way that you can't really comprehend. And it wants to destroy physical reality as it exists. And it's doing that by trying to corrupt the entire Feywild, because if it does that, physical reality will cease to exist, because this is this is what keeps it turning, right? This is what makes physical matter work the way it does, is the Feywild. How to stop it? Kind of unclear, right?
Yeah.
You think that if you can get Mab out of it, if you can shake her out of it, that will definitely be the first step, because she was the one who did this in the first place. She might be able to reverse the ritual somehow, but she is probably still the key.
Okay. I mean, so I think I share that with Rosemi and with Lidzi, and just say, like, okay, Rosemi, you saw what was in there, but now you understand probably even more than I do. You were able to resist it. How?
And is it because Rosemi doesn't mind herself in all of her parts? Like, she's just like, yep.
I just kind of go, I don't know. It didn't seem like there was anything to resist. Like, I don't understand how I did it. I'm not that smart.
But I legitimately think, like, in canon, it was because Rosemi has a good self-esteem, right?
So if you have a good self-esteem, then you can go against this thing. So we just need to compliment Mab.
We need to get her some tiny little starfish earrings. Whisper compliments into her
just be like, Mab, you're so beautiful, Mab. Great, like, you know.
And like, as silly as it sounds, like,
so
probably
and
like
powerful.
You are a strong, independent woman who don't need no man.
That don't need no mind. Anyway. So, like, the thing is, I feel like that is probably the right track, right? It's not as silly as that. Like, you can't just, like, build up her self-esteem and everything's gonna be fixed. But that's kind of like the direction to go, right? You need to get her to see her, to the very least, to see the body, to see what she is and what she represents as a fae. It is a good and proper thing in the natural order of things. And, like, she needs to accept that. But she's been on the edge of that so much, because that the Winter Court is on the edge of death. But I think you, Shaela, as you're kind of thinking through all of this, it's like you realize, okay, well, the Winter Court is near to death thematically, but it's not actually near to the mind, which is why this is all messing up, right? Death is not the mind, right? That's it. Obviously there's some connection there because of the way undead work in this setting. But they aren't synonymous terms, right? Something happens when you die physically, where your mind and soul are in the mind realm, and then your soul goes on to the soul realm, right? It's a transition, but it itself is not death, and that was the mistake that she made. Death is different than what this is. And she thought she was embracing death as like this goth, like emo edge thing, right? But what she was actually doing was erasing her very existence in some very fundamental way.
Okay, so I almost have to almost like get in like a battle of wits with her, because like now she kind of thinks that, like, you know, like this is like the end all be all. Like I have all this knowledge and like this thing, but I need to convince her that that her body like is important.
Really what you need to convince her is that trying to be something that she's not is bad. Right?
Well, that's not going to go well for me.
I know, exactly. But what's happening here is she is forsaking who she actually is, right? She's trying to become something she wants to be, but truly isn't. And she needs to be able to accept like the role that she has in the cosmic sense of things and not hate it. But honestly, first Shaela, I think, has to do that for herself. Right?
I mean, I literally just got out of this thing by convincing myself that I'm somebody else.
That's why it was awesome to me, because it's like, oh, this is gonna horribly backfire.
Yeah, no kidding.
And honestly, I think like Leilani might be able to like say like know the answer for her, right, for Mab, but you're probably gonna fail in the execution because you're still lying to yourself.
Right. So basically, you're saying I need to make a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
Probably, yeah.
Could I talk to her?
I mean, yes, for sure. I mean, Rosamund would have a much better chance here. And let's do this first though. Shaela, you would try, right? You would try to be like, explain all of that to Mab and be like, no, you need to like snap out of it. You need to accept who you are. But yeah, make a persuasion check with disadvantage, and we'll see how that goes.
Bootsy's got no idea what's going on.
Poor Bootsy.
Bootsy's just like, I'm just here.
Chickens.
He just looked at you like,
hurts.
Katie, Prunella, Holly, Rosie, Frizzy. I should just read the chicken names I didn't get to read out.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I think, right, she tries to get in this battle of what's like, Oberon tried to be something that he's not. He tried to become a god. That was his ultimate doom. And, just like try to make all these arguments and like, no, like you need to embrace like yourself as this Fae goddess and, whatever. Okay. 15.
So 15. Yeah. I mean, if you gotten that 25, that would have been awesome. But yeah, 15, I think, as we said, right? Like your arguments are good, but they don't come from conviction because you don't really believe it yourself because you're still lying to yourself. And so Rosamund, I think you can see that. I mean, because you heard her call herself Leilani. And I feel like probably in the midst of this conversation with Mab, right? Mab calls her Shaela again, right? And then Leilani, she shakes her head and she says, no, I'm Leilani. And so you're seeing what's happening here. I think, Rosamund, would you make an insight check for me, actually?
Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
I was gonna say good. I was gonna say Boozy would have tried to say, who's Leilani?
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So I was gonna say, if I was gonna ask.
I mean, you definitely say that in the midst of this, but no.
I was gonna use that as an argument for giving her advantage, but it doesn't matter because she made it anyway.
Yeah. So Rosamund, you get it. You know what is happening, what happened in there, right? Because you got a crit success on the wisdom save. You understood the ice. And so you understand what Shaela probably did to save herself from it. You get everything that's happening right here, and you yourself, you understand. And you could probably get Mab out of this, and maybe Shaela. How would you go about doing that?
Oh, geez.
Save us, Rosamund!
Well, I guess I'd probably try Mab first to try and because it's like I still like Leilani.
Yeah, it's fair. If Shaela was Leilani the rest of her life, it wouldn't be so bad.
Still here, like that's fine.
Yeah. All physical existence ceases to be if Mab doesn't snap out of it.
Yeah. So I probably am just like, hey Mab. Queen Mab, sorry, I don't really know what to call you.
Queen Mab of Air and Darkness is fine.
Queen Mab of Air and Darkness?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. You seem like a pretty cool person. What are you doing just running away from all that? You seem like you're really powerful and stuff. And there's a lot of stuff here that you can do with all your power and good stuff that you can do. And I think it's important to not just kind of be in your head and then let everything just completely disappear. I think that'd be bad.
So she shakes her head and she says, you don't understand. This isn't right. None of this is.
And I just say, no, Mab. That thing's not right.
No, that's the only thing that is right.
And I just...
It is...
How tall is she?
Pretty tall.
I just like try and jump up and grab her face and be like, no.
Okay, I think you do it. I mean, she's sitting, so right. So I think you can manage that. And she says, "I'm sorry. Who were you?"
I'm Rosamie. But what's important here is that thing is lying to you.
No, it's not. It can't be.
Mab. You
Queen of
gotta
Air and
snap out
Darkness.
of it. Queen of Air and Darkness. Air and Darkness aren't gonna exist. You're gonna be queen of nothing.
I don't understand. Beyond all of this is so much more. We can be everything we need to be, idealized versions of ourselves. This is a prison. It's so cold and cruel. I am so cold and cruel.
Jeez. Queen Mab of Air and Darkness, you know, if you come back to this place, first of all, I'm pretty sure being stuck in your mind forever, just like staring at ice, is pretty imprisoning, is going to be my first argument.
Exhibit A.
Exhibit A is that. Number 2 would be the fact that, you know, just because you're the queen of air and darkness doesn't mean that you always have to be so cold and cruel. You can make choices while you're here to make your time more enjoyable and be a better person and embrace the power that you have and being here in this world and also trying to save all of the Fae, your people.
See, you don't understand. What I'm doing is saving them. They don't belong here. None of us belong here. This place it's not right. It can't be right. I can't be bound to this place forever and ever, forced to control and harness a winter that I don't want any of this, Rosamie. Why can't I have what I want?
Because that's life, Queen Mab. You can't always get what you want. I gotta tell her the hard truth. I don't know what to tell her to get her to snap out of it. Rosamie's
I mean,
not
that's
very
a good
smart.
that's a good first thing to latch onto. Like, I think you need to go just a bit farther with that line of reasoning. Like, you know, that's just life. And I think she says, No. Life it can't be all of this pain and cold and death, and it needs to be more than that. It's embracing that separation and going beyond it to stop being what you were and to become something better, different. I want it so badly. I can taste it.
Queen Mab of Air and Darkness. Jeez Louise, woman. Do you not know what life is? You gotta have the cold and the darkness and the pain to be able to experience the warmth and the light and the joy. Come on, Queen Mab of Air and Darkness. You really just want to sit here in your brain and just waste away in what cannot be a life. That's just... What kind of life would that be? A horrible one.
Are you telling me, Rosamie, that you wouldn't want to be free from pain?
No.
Why? That doesn't make any sense. What are you looking forward to? What are you holding on to, then?
You can only experience joy if you experience pain.
Yeah. Because every time if I go through something painful, it makes me stronger. And I like living life like that. It's what life is meant to be.
But why?
But have you ever considered why not? Exhibit C. Why not?
Roseby trying to be philosophical is one of my favorite things. Oh, man. Like, I want to give you a chance to roll, but I just don't think anything you've said so far would, like, just be something she could latch onto.
I know,
like,
I'm just trying to literally think of anything that Roseby would say to, like, of anything.
And I think she says, see, Rosemy, that might be good for you. That might be how you want to live life. But what if I want to live life differently?
What if I want to be a penguin?
Yeah. Why can't I choose what I want to be? And I think, I was going to say, I think the thing that probably comes to your mind, just because like she stumbled right onto like the real reason this is bad, is because like this isn't just your choice. You're making this choice for everyone.
That's what I was going to say, is I'm like,
yeah.
Because your decisions affect other people, Queen Mab of Air and Darkness. And if you want to even call yourself a queen, then you have people that you have to care about. Or I guess, I don't know, do you call your people, because they're fae people? I don't know, your subject. I don't know how all this stuff works, but all I know is coming in here, all of them are walking around forced to live this existence that you have put upon them of being trapped in their mind and not being able to live their life. And they didn't choose that. You chose that.
And then she seems to be starting to like understand what you're saying, and then her eyes flicker down to the ice again, and she just kind of like wilts. And so I think the one thing you'll have to do before you can like make this check is you're gonna have to like do something to kind of separate her in some either physical or spiritual way, right, or magical or whatever, right, from the ice. Because as long as it's right there, she's gonna keep looking and keep like wanting it.
Can I cast Shatter at the ice?
Yeah, you can. Do it.
I cast Shatter at the ice.
I feel like that makes the most sense, right? That you need some kind of physical distance from it, right? Because this is like the mind.
There's 19 thunder damage.
There's a reason I was trying to attack it, but I realized it would only do like a little bit.
So I think this makes total sense, and I think Alyssa, you pegged onto it. You can't fight this thing with your brain. You just have to smash it, because the physical act of it is it's not its opposite, but like the thing it's fighting against, right? And so just giving into that, just being like, yes, the physical is good. Let's get this visceral smashing in. And you do it, and the ice just smashes. What does it look like exactly, Rosemy? Because obviously Shatter is you like have a stone or something, and you throw it. But like, what does it look like in this? Like, frame the scene for us.
Probably, I'm like all fired up. My face is all red. I'm just like,
you're probably angry, but you're probably angry because she like ignores you and just looks back down to the ice,
just
right?
A little gnome that's so mad, and my fists are clenched, and I just pull out a little pebble out of my pocket, and I throw it down at the ice, and it like does the thing where it like impacts the ice, and then it just slowly like spindles out,
cracks.
And then all of a sudden it goes.
Yep, nice. Yeah, and then suddenly she's like, "What did you do?" And then say the one last thing that you're gonna say, and then make the roll.
Queen Mab of
Also, while they're talking, I would like to feed Bootsy a potion.
You just say her just like.
I only have like a potion of healing, but it's something.
How much is that?
I don't know. I think it's 2d4, right?
2d4
right?
plus 4?
I don't.
Yeah.
Right?
That sounds right.
8.
2d4 plus 2, not 4.
Oh, okay, so 6.
I thought it was 2 plus for each d4.
Yeah, and there's. Oh no, it's.
It does it by. It's the same amount of bonus as there is dice.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So I just like lock eyes with her, and I just go, Queen Mab of Air and Darkness. You gotta come back to your life and save yourself and your all of your queendom of the Winter Court.
All right. Make that persuasion roll with advantage because I put you through so much torment having to keep saying things.
Please be good. Please be good. Oh my gosh,
The shatter moment was pretty cool too. So
It was
nervous.
really cool.
22.
22. I think it's good enough. Good thing you had advantage. That 11 would not have counted.
I was honestly gonna try and figure out some stupid story about Rose and me because I went through too much.
So I think she says, like, what did you do? And then you say that, and then she just blinks. And she looks back down at the ice. And then she says, it looks so different now. And we just cut.
No,
from there.
well, wait.
Yeah.
Before we cut, I just kind of like stomp my foot and I go, Queen Mab of Air and Darkness, I feel like I should be like knighted or something.
Yeah, we cut on that line. And so we can epilogue this. So you have saved the Feywild. The Feywild is safe. Everything starts to revert. Mab has gone back to accepting her role as Queen of the Winter Court. And Rosemi, I think she does indeed knight you, because I think what happens, right, or not knight you exactly, but does give you some title or something, right? But we'll figure that out. But I think what happens, right, is
she just gives her like a boon or something.
yeah, maybe as Mab comes back to herself, right? There's this transitionary period where she's a lot nicer than she usually is, right? And so eventually she's going to go back to being like this gruff, like cruel mistress of the winter, right? But for now, she is like amiable to you and what you did for her. Because I think she does like realize the magnitude of what she almost did, and she's like, oh crap. And honestly, by the time this transition gets done and she goes back to being herself, she'll be like, it was fine. I wasn't gonna do it anyway. She'll go back to like convincing herself like that she wasn't about to destroy the multiverse. But for now, she is very thankful. And yeah, Rosemi, what do you want? She'll give you something.
I mean, obviously a title. I mean, like Princess Rosemi of light and gentle breezes. You know?
Okay, sounds good. You are officially Rosemi, the Princess of Light and Gentle Breezes.
Great, excellent.
And you have like, this is literally like, I think not a spiritual, but like a magical title that like all Fae can see on you. They just instinctively know that you have this title, and it was given to you by the Queen of the Winter Court. So you can travel anywhere in the Feywild, and people will know that you have a boon and title granted to you by the Mistress of the Winter Court. Is that all? Is that all you want?
Oh no! I mean, like, I'm gonna want something else. Can I have like a fancy like magical flute or something?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a thing that exists?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I want a magic flute.
I don't know if you know what, there probably is a magic instrument.
I mean, I feel like the Fae
sort.
probably have like lots of magic instruments, right? Like
probably, yeah. I'm just like thinking of like legit magic item things. Let me see if there's a list here. Magic items. Let's see what we got here.
Whoa. I just Googled D&D 5e magic flute and it came up with Willow's Whisper.
Okay. What is that?
Why does that make so much sense? Because of Willow?
I'm just I'm gonna message it to you on Facebook because it's a long description. Come on. Messenger pop up, please. I need this. It's a picture, so I can't just copy the words.
Sounds good. This is probably like a homebrew thing, isn't it? Yeah. Let's take a look.
In a book, reading.
Oh boy. Once per day, as an action, you can play a soft song on this flute, laced with the healing essence of the willow's bark. Anyone within 30 feet of you can hear you play receives 1d10 points of healing. This song also cures most fevers and relieves pain. Once per week, you can cast the spells Tree Stride. I don't know if this is something she would give you, though. This doesn't seem like something she has on her. So, Clonk in chat said that there is a magic item called the Instrument of the Bards. So I feel like that's probably what you want here. So let's take a look at that, shall we? Wait, why is it not coming up here? I saw it in the list. There's like several different types of them, I think. Where did I see it? Instrument of the Bards, Instrument of the Bards. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. All right, there is a harp, a mandolin, a lyre, a lute, a bandor, a cittern, and a harp. Which one would you like?
But can we say that the lute is a flute?
Is a flute, yeah, sure.
Perfect.
Let me look up. An instrument of the bards is an exquisite example of its kind, superior to an ordinary instrument in every way. Let's see. A creature that attempts to play the instrument without being attuned to it must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or take 2d4 psychic damage. You can use an action to play the instrument and cast one of its spells. Once the instrument has been used to cast a spell, it can't be used to cast that spell again until the next dawn. The spells that this one has is...
Well, they all have fly, invisibility, levitate, and protection from evil and good.
And this one also has animal friendship, protection from energy for fire only, and protection from poison. That seems like a good one for you.
Yes, because I don't have animal friendship.
Right.
I want animal friends.
There you go.
I want fae animal friends. So they can see that I am princess of light and gentle breezes.
So the thing we have to wrap up with Shaela, though, is, I mean, does Shaela ever get fixed? I mean, so this, you know what? This is the thing, Rosemary. I think you know that you could accept this magic item, or you could have Mab fix Shaela.
Oh.
What are you gonna do?
Can I make an insight check on Leilani to see like if she would be happier staying as her or wanting to what would make her happier?
I love that you literally changed your character sheet in Roll20 to Rosemary, Princess of Light and Gentle Breezes.
It's my name.
That's fair.
I did that immediately. Okay, I'm gonna make an insight roll.
I said soul IT.
23.
Oof. I guess this is up to me, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
What?
My guess would be no, right? Like, if you could actually accept Shaela for who she was and be like, that's the ideal situation for Shaela, right? But whether or not instantly going back to Shaela would instantly do that, probably not.
Probably not. No. So here's the thing, right? Like, Shayla's been so broken, and I think she's been doing a good job at holding it in.
Yeah.
You know, but she had severe trauma.
Oh yeah.
From Oberon. I mean, that's not just something you get over.
Yeah.
In a day.
So you know what? So this is my suggestion, and I think, and let me know if this is wrong, Alyssa. But I think for Rose, I think maybe you think a magic cure fix is not what Shaela needs, right? Like that wouldn't help her.
She needs therapy.
She needs long-term therapy, right? She needs a long-term solution where you, as Rosemary, are just helping her accept herself slowly and over time.
So I think
you can take the lute.
Flute.
Take the flute. Sorry. Yeah, that makes sense, Alyssa.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think maybe what she realizes is that if she brought her back to Shaela right now, she'd probably break down.
Exactly. Yeah. right? And I think that makes sense because we all know that like Shaela pretending that she is someone else the rest of her life is not what she actually needs, but she needs a more long-term, like slow build up to accepting herself for who she is rather than just like, you have to deal with it.
It's Rosamie's goal now to get Shaela to accept herself for who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I bet it will go just as well as how she convinced Queen Mab.
Shaela! I don't actually have a last name for Shaela, but Shaela.
Yeah.
I've never been happier about someone being so traumatized and
So unless Emily or Alyssa, you have another like last scene you want to do, I want to do something with Bootsy quick before we end.
Sure, yeah.
The only other thing I was thinking of is maybe one last, like, because now Shayla's like, okay, Oberon's dead. Who's taking over the spring court?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Vacant.
It's me, Princess of Light and Gentle Breezes. It's the spring, light and gentle breezes.
I'm just gonna say it right now. If we want to continue this, like this was kind of like the end thing for what I thought. But if we want to have the rest of this side story for Shaela and Rosamie be Rosamie tries to make herself the queen of the spring court, I am so into that.
I mean,
it was just a total joke, but
here's what I'm thinking though. I mean, just being honest, like all jokes aside, Shaela would want that role because that's I think that's her path to accepting what happened to her was I overcame it. I beat Oberon.
I don't know if that's actually the healthy path here to become a power hungry Fey Lord or a lady, but I don't know.
Well, no, actually that's not true because really what Shaela wants is a normal life.
Exactly.
That's what she really wants. So yeah, I think just like one last epilogue scene with like Titania, like now that things are like back to normal, she's just like, Titania, it was nice knowing you. Like, peace out.
But
like
I'm disconnected from you, and I'm not making another pact with you. I'm done.
Like, I'm done. I'm glad that you're like. I'm kind of glad you're back to normal because what was going on was a lot worse. But yeah, like we're done. I'm gonna go.
I don't think she can not accept that. So
no, I know, but I mean, like, she would want to go to the summer court to like make sure things are normal and things are good there, and so that's just kind of like epilogue. We don't have to play it all out, but and then I think Shaela just like I think she wants to go like isolate herself and like be by. I feel like
if Rosamie comes with her, but.
If Rosamie wants to like join her, but like she's like I'm gonna like go like live on like a remote area like by myself and like shut off the world.
And Rosamie, it's totally up to you, but
sure,
definitely will be. Yeah, I was gonna say like I think as Rosamie, like if you let Shaela just go off by herself, that's not gonna lead her to actually eventually being.
Like I probably am not gonna like stay with you forever in our little remote place. Like,
you can come
I'm gonna drag
me.
you. I'm gonna drag you on like some weekend trips.
Right.
Sorry, it's the cost of my friendship, even if you don't want it. I will strap you to the back of my flying broom.
Cool. So yeah, I think that's where we end these character stories. But I wanna do a quick scene with Bootsy quick.
Okay.
So. Bootsy, where do we find you like several months after this whole thing has gone down?
Tending chickens back at like Spain, wherever they picked me up.
I mean, they were in England, so and you obviously you had a like a UK accent, so I feel like you're from there.
Tending chickens back in England.
Sounds good.
Right around. I'm looking over. I'm like, okay, roll call. We got Susan, Georgia, Wally, Beaker, Katie, Prunella, Holly, Dot, Rosie, Frizzy, Zippy, Lisa, Muffin, Truffles, Waddles, Henrietta, Tweetums, Luffy, Zelly, Comet, Juniper, Violet, Abigail, Nanny, Lulu, Queenie, Tiffy, Reese, Mrs. Pex, Daisy, Poppy, Squawkins, Tootsie, Doodle, Esther, and Unida. All here. For all the names I came up with.
You do that roll call, right? And then leaning on like your like rickety wooden fence in your little farm here, right? is the god who gave you the chickens, right? And he's leaning against the fence, and he has a little bit of a interest, like an eyebrow raise, and he just says, "You named them all?"
They told me their names.
All right. Hey, Bootsy, how are you? And this guy is like probably just a normal human male looking person. Blonde, I think. No facial hair. Regular traveling clothes.
Well, I'm doing quite well, thank you.
Has this been working out?
Wow, yeah. They've been quite helpful. Haven't you girls?
Yeah. So what I love about this is I wish we had more like a fan base who made a bunch of memes, because I really want someone to make the like dad and cat meme, but with Bootsy and the chickens. Right? Like, Dad, I don't want a cat. Bootsy, I don't want chickens. Bootsy and the chickens.
I picture a Bootsy with the one meme like, look at all those chickens. That's what I was going to
I
make.
knew that was going to come up at some point this session. But yeah, I mean, so he kind of nods slowly and he says, oh, I mean, you weren't all that happy when I kind of thrust this all upon you.
Oh, I got used to him.
Yeah. And he nods. Yeah, he nods and he says, well, good. And he takes a step forward, and you start to see that he is just like, his shirt starts to get stained a little bit, and you're like, oh, is he sweating? Like, was he sweating? Like, did he jog here or something? You're like, I don't know how this works with gods.
I have a feeling I know where this is going.
And then you realize it's blood.
Yeah.
And he's like bleeding profusely from his chest, and but his face is completely passive, right? He's like not showing it, but he's like, I'm really sorry to have to do this to you, Bootsy. And he just steps over to you and puts a hand on your shoulder. And he just says, it's your problem now. And he just dies. He just falls backward and dies. And I don't think we know who killed him or why he like got killed or whatever, but like he like incarnated himself as like the last thing he did before he died. And then suddenly, Bootsy, like the chickens all turn to you, right? And they're super serious. And they just all start saying, and they haven't said anything before, but they just start saying, Bootsy, 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 the father. And they just start coming closer and closer to you. And honestly, it's a little creepy. And then I think like they just like all start attaching to you. And like normal, like they usually cling on to you, but this time they just start kind of seeping into you, and you just start kind of like, your body starts to like evaporate, and eventually you just go into like kind of spiritual mist, and your farm is left completely bare, and then suddenly you're in the Feywild. You're in the Spring Court, because this is where like animal gods go, right? They live in the Feywild. And suddenly you're like, you have like a small, I think you have, so, okay, I think the god of chickens in the Feywild was given a giant chicken roost as his like little demi-plane. And so suddenly you're in this like demi-plane in like this pocket dimension in the Feywild, and it's a giant chicken roost, and you're surrounded by all of the chickens that you had as little chicks, and now they're like full-grown chickens and roosters and stuff, right? and you realize that you've just transcended like the dimensions, and you are now the god of chickens.
Yep, I figured, I was like, this is where it's going, isn't it? I've had the most characters turn into. Caleb found a new way to kill a character. This time he turned him into a god.
He didn't die. He's just
he's
better now.
Transcended.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just have one question, really. What does Bootsy do with his newfound godhood? Like, what is his like
watches over all the chickens?
1 year plan for like putting the god of chickens?
Every chicken must be named.
And he knows you by name.
He shall know you by name. Okay, so I think for there's a couple of things that are gonna happen in this world, right? obviously Bootsy is going to be the god of chickens when we come to the next campaign, right? But also, I think for Bootsy's sake and for Peyton's sake, my friend who's always in chat and watching. I don't think he watches Terra Nullius, but I think he might like pick up the new campaign when we start it. I think I'm gonna start something interesting happening among some chickens in this world.
Chicken revolution.
There may be something that Bootsy decides is the next step after naming all of the chickens, and we might see that in the next campaign.
Oh my gosh. I'm taking it that means we're not playing these characters anymore.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we have retired both Yi and Shaela's storylines from Terra Nullius.
No, Rosemary, Princess of Light and Gentle Breezes.
I mean, Rosamie has a happy ending, right?
I know. She just needs to find someone to settle down with.
That's fair. Yeah.
We can
I'm sure
go back
do.
and see that other guy from the last session.
You could just go back to Caden. Just hang out with him.
I don't know. I think Rosemary needs to explore her options.
Okay.
It's a great big world out there.
It's true.
There's
Full
a lot
of chickens.
I want Tiffy to come with me. Tiffy the chicken.
Well, there you go. That is episode 24 of Side Stories of Terra Nullius, and that was a fun session. I'm glad we got to kind of wrap up these storylines. We just have to wrap up Akashi and the verdict stuff that's going on there.
Yeah. Now what are we gonna do if Jordan's not free again?
We'll do some one shots, right? We'll do
There you
some
go.
do a different thing maybe. The thing is, like, I don't want to start anything new now that we're like starting to ramp down the campaign. So I'm kind of wrapping up things. And just one last thing I think before we go, did you guys get what I was going for with this like whole thing? Basically, it was Gnosticism.
Oh, okay.
What?
It was what?
That's what all this was. It was literally, I mean, it was like the philosophical Gnosticism, which is like this weird like Christian heresy where it's like based on Greek stuff, where it's like the physical world is all evil and we need to just be disembodied spirits and
Yes,
we need secret knowledge.
I at least
And
got that.
I knew that Emily got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
love.
I was literally that weird stuff I was reading. I was literally reading from Gnostic scriptures. So yep.
Nice. I knew you were reading from something. I was just like, what
Yeah.
is he reading? Okay.
Yeah, since the story didn't relate to me much, I was half paying attention.
Yeah, it's all good. Bootsy got his time to shine.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
There you go.
I just wanted to try out a druid.
No, that was a really fun class combination, honestly.
Yeah, it was neat.
Yeah. All right. We're out. See ya.